This is United Kingdom Talk with Chris Reardon.
Good morning, gorgeous people all over the world. Welcome along. It's Saturday the 29th of August 2020. Welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom Talk. Look, I've got 3 badges now on here. 3 now. They're Oh, look. A blemish. There's a... Back. Out, damn spot. That's better. There was I need as well as makeup. I need what's it called? Dressing room. Oh, God blimey, outfitters? No. What is it called when the television people go and have their clothes? What's that called? Outfitters? It's not outfitters, is it? Oh, I can't remember what the word is now. Costumes? Not costumes. Not a costume, is it? What's that called? I know what that's called now. I mean, Naga Manchetti, she must have a wardrobe. That's it, wardrobe. I need wardrobe. Hello? Wardrobe. Why didn't you spot that earlier? I told you I cannot come on unless we're perfect. Get out. Sacked. I'm not interested in you. Oh, I got a family to feed. Well, you should have got rid of that speck of dust. Out. How am I going to find a job now? Not my problem. You've upset everyone on here. You wait till the messages start coming in now. Oh, how unprofessional. There's a speck of dust on your jacket. Wait for the messages that I have to put up with. Huh? Go on, out you go. Bye, bitch. Oh, dear. And before you say anything, no, it wasn't. It was a bloke. The gays call everyone bitch. I have to tell you that. We don't consider that a swear word. It's funny, actually, how certain words and phrases, some people think they're, oh, no, I don't think so. Another thing, it's just a normal thing in life. When you hear the black people talking in their rap songs, and they use that word, don't they? But that's okay, because it's them. Do you know what I mean? And it's funny how each sort of different type of person has words and phrases that they would never even consider a sort of, what would you call it, a derogatory term. You want to hear the gays literally talk to each other. All right, bitch, how are you today? Even on the phone. Even on the phone to my mate yesterday. You heard him go, didn't you? So, bye, bitch. And that's it. Funny that, isn't it? Anyway, how are you this morning? Let's say hello to some early people this morning. We've got Gary Ross, Jason Hughes, Mick Davenport, Gary Davidson. Good morning, Gary. Diane Jebb. Good morning, you lovely lady. Diane Jebb in the house. Gavin Bass, Mike Rees-Ponto, Joe Woodrofe. She ain't won this week. What's happened? You see, that lucky streak is over. I told you, Joe. Don't get too excited, my love. The lucky streak appears to be over. It'll move on to someone else now. I don't know who. Never know who. Some people are convinced that the whole thing's fixed, which is strange as they keep continuing to play week in, week out. So they probably don't think it's fixed anyway. Good morning to you, Joe. Hello to Peter Wright. Not working today. Gary Ross got the hat yesterday. Excellent, Gary. Gary won the hat. I have to tell you, Gary won the hat. Sunday night bingo, was it? I can't remember now. No, you won the hat. You won the hat last Thursday at the Super Chatters raffle, didn't you? That's when you won the hat, last Thursday at the Super Chatters raffle. I didn't have one of my plastic grey envelopes, which I meant to order some more of those. Oh, God, hang on. Plastic envelopes. I didn't have one of my correct size plastic envelopes that I send certain things out with. So I said he'd have to wait till sort of Sunday night, Monday. So I got back here. When did I get back here last weekend? Was it Saturday? I think it was Saturday I got back here. And it went in the post. It went in the post Saturday, right? Well, he didn't get it till yesterday. 5 days, first class, please do me a favour. Dreadful, isn't it? 5 days that hat took to get to him. Correct stamp on there and everything. Large letter stamp. Get with a hat with a large letter stamp. It doesn't have to go as a parcel. 5 days for first class parcel to get. And I've said this before. The stuff that I send, literally here, right, when I'm here, I will go to either the sorting office post box, which is if I've got a large parcel, okay, because it's got one of those pull down drawers and that's easy. And I just think it's better to post it there. Or I go to the post box, which is right outside a post office. Okay? Stuff gets lost. Stuff gets lost, and it seems to take a long time occasionally. When I'm up in Lincolnshire, literally, I post stuff in a small post box, which is kind of set in someone's wall. You know, surrounded by ivy in this tiny little village. Everything gets there hours later. Funny, innit? Anyway, dreadful service there. Glad you got your thing there, Gary. Morning to Denise Andrews, head of Ducks. Good morning, Denise. Mark Bowles in this morning, nice and early. Good morning, Mark. Mark's got a new job. He's going to be a telephone engineer. Lovely. The old job that I used to... Nothing like the job I used to do. You've got all fibres and things like that to do, haven't you? And probably computers. We didn't have computer lines. Computers came in while I was working for British Telecom, actually. And people started wanting second lines in. Well, the infrastructure just wasn't there to give people second lines years ago. So we had this box called a WB900, which basically split your phone line into two lines. So you could have two different things coming through the same line. Except, what a lot of people didn't realise is that it didn't really work with computers. It was all right having two voice lines into one, but to use one of the actual unit was called a WB900. It was a great big long white thing. It was about 2 foot long, this white box, and about 6 inches wide. And it would sit on your wall somewhere at the bottom. The trouble we had with those, I cannot tell you. Whenever I was an engineer and I'd get a job, it's a WB900, and oh no, please, no. And we'd go around and change these boxes, and if there was an earth on the line, oh Christ, couldn't find it. It was an absolute nightmare, and that's how it used to be. You know. You couldn't get a computer line in those days because there weren't enough wires in the ground. Now you've got fibre optics, so very, very different job to what it is now. Morning to John Parrish, who sent in some pictures this morning. If you'd like to see John Parrish's pictures, let's not be greedy today, boys and girls. Let's just ask for a nice round 16 likes for that. We already got 9. It's not asking too much, is it? Eh? It's not asking too much. Got 9 already. 16 likes. We want to see John Parrish's pictures this morning, please. Did I say hello to Gavin Bass? There's Christopher Woodhouse. Christopher is very excited today, aren't you, Christopher? Yes. Do you know why Christopher Woodhouse is excited? Shall I tell him, Chris? Shall I tell him or not? Is it our little secret? As a teacher once said to me. No, listen. Is it... Shall I tell him or not? Shall I tell him? Mark loves Naga, don't you? He loves Naga. I'll try and get around here when you eventually come around here, all right? Hello to John Aitken joining us this morning. Morning, John. DSLGT2 is here again for an early morning show. Hello to you. Is that everything there? Is that everyone? Have we said hello to everyone? John had a party line when I was growing up. Lift up your phone and listen to your neighbour. Yes, it was similar to having a party line, except you couldn't hear the other person. The WB900 split the line, but they were an absolute nightmare to get it so working, you know. Anyway, boys and girls, there we are. So yesterday, can I just welcome some new people to the show today? I think we've got 1 or 2 new people joining us, probably as silent listeners. So if you're there, sitting there quietly on the side this morning, a very good morning to you. Martin, my brother-in-law, heavily advertised this little programme on his millions of followers Butler's Empire channel. On his video yesterday, he did a video outside my caravan, which you will want to see. He went in there and he shows you basically my studio, okay, which I haven't really done that. So he went into my studio, showed you around, and he's also fixing the floor in the caravan. I won't tell you what they've discovered, but if you want to watch it, go on the Butler's Empire website and just look for fixing a YouTuber's caravan. Okay, it's the latest video on the Butler's Empire website, and I'm sure he'll pop on there and put a little link up later on so you can find it directly. But you'll see what they discovered, and I think they found where the problem is. All right, I won't tell you where it is. You'll have to watch the video. So just go on the Butler's Empire website and have a look. But he kept mentioning me, and our little subscriptions have gone up a little bit, which is all nice. And thank you very much, Martin, for doing that. Can I tell him, can I, Chris? I will tell him, Chris. Chris is going to be the recipient today, boys. He goes, recipient. There's a good word. We like that word. Recipient. He is going to be the recipient today of an 8K television. Oh, yes, an 8K television is arriving at Chris's house. There was nothing wrong with the other one. I sat there around there a couple of weeks ago and watched a film with him. Nothing wrong with that. It was really good. Nope, got to have the next thing. An 8K television is being delivered to Chris's house today. He's also got a couple of new... Haven't you got new burglar alarms or something like that? I think he was telling me the other day. So he's very excited. It's every week is Christmas week at DJ Chris's house. He likes something, he orders it, it arrives in a nice little cardboard box. How blooming marvellous, eh? So I should be going around that hopefully in a couple of weeks to watch a film or two with him. Something like that. And get a pizza and ice cream. Ice cream, yes please, mummy. So there we are. All right, well done, Chris. Morning to Adam the plumber. I'm meeting up with Adam around about 2:30 this afternoon. It's Adam's birthday afternoon tea. Now, Adam's birthday was some weeks ago now, boys. It was some months ago, actually, now. And for my birthday, Adam took me out to the Dorchester Hotel in London. That was back in February, before all this dreadful virus thing came along. Oh, I got a new mask, look. They gave this to me in the hospital yesterday. I mean, I had one on. Don't really fit for it. I've got to be honest. It's a bit, you know, if I start talking like that, look, ow, ow. Well, you can pull it down with your mouth. How useless is that? Ow, ow, ow. Shall we do it again? Here we go. Ready? I like this. Ow, ow. I love it. What a useless thing that is. That was given to me in the hospital, that was. So I had my other one on. I'll be honest, the other one's looking a bit rank now. Looks a bit dirty. When I've finished using it, it's a reusable one, but I spray it. You know, I spray it with the stuff. And I think the spray is starting to stick all over it. I'm not sure that it's actually doing anything anymore. But, yeah, that's a mask there. Yeah, Adam took me out to the Dorchester Hotel for afternoon tea. And also to see Mary Poppins, as you remember, way, way back in February for my birthday. And I wanted to return the favour. Unfortunately, we can't go to a show or anything like that at the moment. So we're going to Coworth Park, which is actually not far from here in Ascot. It's not far from me at all. We were going to go to London. Of course, that's a bit iffy at the moment, London. So then I suggested the Grove in Watford, because I think that was easier for him to get to. Sadly, they're not doing the afternoon teas at the moment. So then I said, well, what about Coworth Park? I mean, that's the one nearest to me. I didn't choose it because it was nearest to me. It just happens that I know it and I know how it all works in there. And I knew that it was open. And he said yes, so that's where we're going this afternoon for a little afternoon tea at 2:30. And very much looking forward to that. And they know it's your birthday. I wonder if there'll be a little cake or something like that for you. I wonder how love is when you're in the world. Something like that. So looking forward to seeing Adam a little bit later on. Good morning to Fran Green there. Morning to Fran. Hello to Shania Steele, head of the Catholic Church on the Isle of Wight. And talking of Catholic things, I have recorded a new hymn, boys and girls. A new hymn on my religious music and hymns channel. How do you find that? Well, if you're on a computer, just look in the bottom right-hand corner of the main channel page and you'll see featured channels and you'll see religious music and hymns there. Click on there and you'll find the hymn, Sing of We the Blessed Mother. Do you know that one? Oh, it's a lovely tune. Sing of We the Blessed Mother. Da, 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 da. The key change is amazing in that. The key change is really good. Key change goes down and not up in that one. It's very good. Da 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 da, and it goes like that. Oh, I love it, dear. So Sing of We the Blessed Mother, my latest hymn playing, because I haven't done one for ages and ages. That's on my religious and hymns and religious music channel, okay? Good morning to Jason Hughes. Hello to Tony King. Mike Rees-Ponto. Good morning. An 8K TV, I bet that was expensive. Yes, it was, dear. I can't afford one. Barely enough food here to eat, dear. barely enough food. I've just about managed to squeeze another cup of tea out of that tea bag I've been using all week, dear. Yes. Who else hangs their tea bags up? Do you? As you know, I don't use tea bags. So that is a little lie, boys and girls. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It has been 45 years since my last confession. Shania, do you think you'll ever be able to do confessions? I wonder if you'd like to hear mine. Would you like to hear my confession? I haven't been to confession for so long now. When is the last time you went, Shania? Do let us know. Mike Responsor. Oh, good morning, Martin. There's Martin Butler. Your spooky video has gone up from 430 to over 1,500 viewings since yesterday. That's because of your mention. It's nothing I've done. Nothing I've done. Martin's going to help me out with keywords this week. He thinks I've got the wrong keywords. Or knows that I've got the wrong keywords put in to my various bits and pieces. I find the whole YouTube, apart from sitting here talking, and I'll be honest, I don't find that particularly difficult. You may have noticed that. I don't find it difficult to sit here and talk. Not really. But I do find the whole technology thing a little bit overbearing before. Not so much getting gadgets working, which I do struggle with. I do struggle with new gadgets. I really do. It's the bits that you have to type in, things like keywords and stuff like that. You kind of... And Martin, again, has told me what to do, and I think I've done it, and he said he was looking at it the other day, and he's not happy with what I've done. So, you know, it does require a lot of help, really, from someone who knows what he's doing, him or her, you know, and... I would say anyone else who's doing YouTube things, and occasionally I get a little email and I try and pass on a little bit of knowledge, what I know, to people, you know. But it's difficult. It's difficult getting your thing across. Then again, you might be doing something that just no one likes. Which I'm sure is quite possible. I mean, I've been on the BBC, for Christ's sake. That made no difference. But never mind. I'm quite happy sitting here talking to myself regularly. So thank you for your many, many mentions yesterday, Martin. If you just joined us there, I was just mentioning your show from yesterday, the one fixing the... or part one, investigating the damp floor up at our Lincolnshire television studio complex, otherwise known as the Caravan. And they have discovered the problem, but you'll have to watch the video to find out. Could you just post your link up there, and then that'd be great. They're just waiting for the link there. Gary Ross would love one of those tellies to watch Babe Station on, a 4K telly. Oh wow. Would you really, Gary? You'd see everything, though, wouldn't you? I don't know if I'd want to see everything. See, I don't like nakedness on the telly. Not really. No. A fella in a pair of, you know, properly fitting shorts is much preferable to someone naked appearing on my TV screen. That's how I feel about it. Perhaps you straight fellas out there, would you rather see a naked lady on the telly? Or someone with like a little bit of a bikini or something like that. And ladies, do you prefer to see on the telly a naked man? Let's assume, for example, they're fit. You know, it wouldn't be someone like in the chat box. It wouldn't be someone like it. You just assume it's someone fit, yeah? If you had someone fit and they came on the telly, ladies... would you rather see them naked walking across? Or perhaps jeans and no top on? Or shorts? Or swimming trunks? Look at the Daniel Craig thing, where he got out of the sea. I mean, it looks like me getting out of the swimming pool, to be honest. I look like that. You know when Daniel Craig, the scene where he gets out of the sea. Is it out of the sea onto a boat? Or I don't know what he was getting onto, dear. That's how I get out of the swimming pool. I look just like that. Little pert buttocks and everything. Wonderful, dear. What do you prefer on the telly there? Did we say hello to Tony King? I think we said hello to Tony King there, didn't we? Let's just scroll down a little bit there. Fran Green, wash your mask in soapy water, rinse and put it in the microwave. Oh, microwave. Yes, that would kill everything, wouldn't it? That would certainly kill everything. Good morning to Ray Reynolds. Morning, Ray. Nice to see you, Ray Reynolds. Hello to you, Ray Reynolds. Let's just scroll down a little bit because we're not getting on here, are we? There we are. Where are we? Mark Bowles, have you ever cut... Oh, hang on. Mark... Oh, I missed that now. I've lost that message. Sorry. Scrolling. Good morning to Daniel Woodhouse. Likes a woman with jeans on. There you go. Look at that. I'll just go back down to the bottom there. We'll carry on from there, I think. Woman with a jean arse will do me. So tight jeans, you like that, do you? Tight jeans. Stained Y fronts, John Post. I'm afraid you're a little bit past it, my love. Sorry to, as you mentioned it, you know. Always expect. I'm afraid you're a little bit past it, really, my darling. Same as I am, you know. Well, I'm not really, am I, you know? Not really. I can just go down. All these mouths drop open as I walk past them. They really do, my love. Is that everyone? There's your link there. There's your link for the video that was done yesterday. It's very, very good. It's very, very informative. If you're wondering if you ever get a wet floor in a caravan, that could be 101 things, I suppose. But they seem to have found the answer to what my problem is there. Okay, righty-ho. What have we got here? Let's get on with this now. So I went for my hospital visit yesterday. Left here about 11:15 in the morning, and it didn't take me long to run into something that I haven't missed. Traffic on the M25. Oh, yes. Now, as you know, when I've got an appointment somewhere, I leave usually far too early. The appointment was for 11:50, just a very quick appointment, no consultant, just to take blood out, because it's all done now by appointment. You can't just turn up anymore. They want you in that hospital or doctors for as short a period as possible, and they don't want loads of people in there. So I left here at 11:15 to do an hour's journey, okay, for an appointment at 1:50. Yeah? So 11:15 I left here, and I think I got there at round about... It was about 1 o'clock, actually. Yeah, it took much longer than I thought, but doesn't matter, because I left in time. None of this timing it, you know, oh, well, it takes 1 hour to get here, so I'll leave at 12:50. No, it's the worst thing you can do. My mate does that all the time. Drives me mad. I don't mind so much if it's his appointment. Couldn't care less, right? I'll be honest with you. But when it's my appointment, sometimes he says, oh, do you want me to drive you? Yeah. And he said, what time's the appointment? 9 o'clock. What time do you want to leave? 7 o'clock. Oh, that's too early. No, well, I want to leave at 7. No, I'm not leaving at 7. Well, okay, don't take me then. And then it's like, oh, all right then, don't get all narky. I want to be there early. And it's a good job yesterday because I hit traffic, quite a bit of it actually, on that blooming N25. All the traffic's back to normal. Don't think you'd be able to go on that road anymore, you know. Plus, of course, we've got our last bank holiday of the year, other than Boxing Day, haven't we? Now, I do not know why people need to have a day off of work when they've been off work for so long. That don't make sense. Should have cancelled the bank holiday. But nevertheless, there they all are. The caravans are on the road again, aren't they? Oh. There they are, the people that drive their cars 5 times a year, all on the M25. But nevertheless, we got round there, and I got to the car park, which is, it's kind of down the hill. See, if I said to you Hampstead Heath, you might think of a certain area, or that bit there, or that bit there. So you kind of go past this pond. I come right round the M25 and then in. And you come down this, you go past a pond over a set of traffic lights straight across, and then you come down this like very steep hill. In actual fact, you don't need to put your foot on the accelerator there. My automatic engine cuts out at that point. It literally rolls down this hill, you know, and charges the battery up as we go down it. And you get to this car park, which is on the left, and you pull in there, and that was very busy. It was very busy with children and prams and things like that, actually. Mainly, there was a lot of people out there because they go out there and they go walking, you see. And I got out of the car. I spotted this really grey cloud sort of on the horizon. Fortunately, I brought my umbrella with me. So got in the car. And then I've got, which I mentioned last time I was there 6 months ago, I've got an app. It's called a Ring parking app, I think. Is it Ring parking? Hang on a minute. Ring. Here it is. Ring. Yeah, I'll show you. Ring Go parking app. Ring Go parking app. And there it is. Recent. Where's recent? There we are. It's the East Heath car park I park in, the East Heath car park, and you just get your phone out, right? And because you're already set up for this, and you just type on which car park are you in? So you enter a number. Every car park has got a number, and that is clearly displayed on a sign in the car park. You enter the number, which in this case is 79453. How long do you want to park? 2 hours. You click a thing, and it comes back, and it says, "Okay, you have now paid for parking." Da 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 da, and then you get a text and an email as well. So there's your proof. Because that's always the worry, isn't it? You do something like that, it says that you've paid, and then 2 weeks later you get a letter from someone saying, you haven't got paid, here's a fine for £60, and you have no proof. You have no proof. That's always worried me at the electronic visas. You know the electronic visas, for example, if you go to Australia, okay, you need an electronic visa. And you apply for it online. I can't remember if you have to pay for it or if it's free, but that's irrelevant. You do it all online, and then you get an email back or something, or I can't remember now. And it says, that's it. You now have your electronic visa, but you don't have a piece of paper. Don't have a piece of paper, do you? So you must print out that email and keep it with you just in case. I would imagine there's a lot of people that don't bother printing it out and just trust the system. Even then, I'm not sure that a piece of paper would, because you could have just typed that out anyway, couldn't you? You know? That worries me. I like to have some proof. So with this, you get a text and an email as well. And you see, so to do a new thing there, right, that is, I think that's set up for that car park again. So you just click on East Heath Car Park. Let's have a look there. And then it's got my car number plate there, which perhaps I shouldn't be showing that on here, so I won't. And then you just go through it and you click the thing, and immediately £4.50 is whisked out of your account. Not only that, when you've got about, I think it's 20 minutes to go, you then get a text telling you you've got 20 minutes left. Would you like to extend the parking time? And you could be like 10 mile away, and you can extend the parking time, and then your car's safe and you won't get nicked. Or you won't get a fine. It's good, isn't it? Good, isn't it? Very good. So I parked my car, walked down the road. I'm a bit early now. But only by 20 minutes, not an hour, which is what it should have been if I'd have got straight there. I was still early by 20 minutes, so happy days. Walked down the street. I noticed in Hampstead, is it Hampstead High Street? I don't know what road that's called now. Because there's two kind of areas of Hampstead. This is the Royal Free bit. So you come down, if the Royal Free's on the right, you come down and then turn left, and that's where all the shops and little cafes and, you know, independent cafe places. First thing I noticed is that the expensive bread shop, which I spoke to you about 2 or 3 years ago now, the expensive bread shop where they sold, I once went past there and there was half a loaf of bread for something like 22 quid. God knows what they make that of. Perhaps it's golden flour, is it? Golden flour, maybe? That's gone. Closed. That's closed. Next to that is Starbucks. That's still open. And all the other restaurants, I think there was one other place closed, which I think was another bread shop, funnily enough. Perhaps everyone's going to the supermarket or something like that to get their bread. And all the other little restaurants are open. But what I noticed is that the council have deemed it fit to put a barrier in the road. Now, in this case, it hasn't affected the traffic because it's only two-way anyway. One lane that way, one lane that way, and it's quite a wide road there. But what they've done is put a barrier, sort of, so if you've got the pavement there, the barrier is sort of there, right? They've put a barrier there, and now all these little restaurants and tea places, they've pulled all their tables and chairs out over the whole of the pavement area. And it's really good. There was lots of people sitting outside, drinking their tea, having a biscuit. It's an expensive area, as you'll find out in a minute when I tell you how much I paid for a bleeding sandwich. No Tesco's Express there, dear. Not in Hampstead. And now and again you look up and you think, oh, I've seen that person before. And it's someone off the telly. There's quite a few very, very rich people there. Very, very rich people. Boy George just lives up the road. You know. But it's quite nice to see that kind of continental feel going on there, I think, with all the tables and chairs outside. Of course, this is England and not the south of France. So I doubt very much they're going to be able to do this in the middle of winter. But while they can do it, make hay while the sun shines, you know, and they're trying to get this money in, and it works. And of course, you've got somewhere to walk. You're now walking on the road, but you're separated by a proper barrier. We're not just talking about a line in the road. I never understand that with the cycle lanes. What is the point of having a cycle lane, which is basically a line in the road? No, you've got to separate the cyclists from the cars because it just doesn't work. It's ridiculous. But it hasn't affected the traffic flow at all. Not even great big buses. They have come. A lot of buses come down that road, and they can easily get through. So that was nice. Then I walked up the hill to the hospital, and walked up a set of steps. I'm just about to walk up another set of steps, and there it is on the floor, a great big puddle of sick. Oh God! Bleh. And there was all bits of food in it. Oh, not nice, dear. Oh God! Anyway, so I got up the stairs. There's a security bloke on the door there, and he says, "Hello, sir. Have you got a text or an email?" Yeah, showed him the text because it won't let you in. You can't just walk in now. No, not in the outpatients. The emergency exit is downstairs. Entrance is downstairs. Presumably, you can still walk in there. I don't know, but you can't just walk in the outpatients hospital now. It's a very big hospital. So a bloke says, yeah, you show him the text. Okay, mate, if you go around there, and he's holding a set of these, you see. And I had my old mask on. I said, oh, can I have one of those? My mask's a bit old. And he said, yeah. So he's given me this one, and here it is, really. But it's not as good as my other one, because it, as I say, it slips down as you talk. You know, you've got to have it over your mouth and your nose like that. But as you talk, it just comes down. Just comes down. And the amount of people I see walking around like that, I mean, why have you even bothered? Stupid people. Stupid bit, or they've got it down at their necks. And this bloke on the telly, he said, you don't want to do that. If you've been somewhere, right, and you've got it on properly, like, and then you come out of there and then you just drop it down there, that's bad because virus could get stuck to your chin, you see, and then you pull it back up again. Well, you just breathe it in. Waste of time you having a mask on. Don't bother then. Don't bother if you don't want to do it properly. End of. So I went in there. As I got to my particular area of the hospital, you go through the double doors. Usually you go and sit down. But there's a sign, please stop and wait here. So I stopped and waited there. And the lady on the reception, oh, hello, someone will be with you in a minute. Okay, then. Then a nurse from the nurses' station comes around. Hello, what's your name, please? Da-da-da. Okay. The first thing she does is gets out one of those magic thermometers, you know, and points like a phaser. I thought she was going to phase him. I thought, are we in Star Trek? Are we in an episode of Star Trek here? No. So she gets out her phaser and phases me in the head. Boop, boop. Have I got a phaser noise? I have, yes. So she gets out her magic wand and... Well, I passed out for 3 minutes, dear. I've been phasered. And that indicated that my temperature was okay. And then she asks loads of questions about where you've been. Have you had COVID? Do you think you've had COVID? I said, I don't know. She said, probably no then. And various other questions. Do you know anyone with COVID? No. Have any of your family had it? No. And she's writing all these down. She says, okay, you can go through now. Just go up there and that's it. So I went round the corner where usually then you get a ticket. You take a ticket out of a machine and then you sit down. Except there's one other person in there. One person sitting in there who didn't have a ticket. So I must have been the only one, I suppose. I want to be the only one. Da, 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 da. Is that the Spice Girls? John Aitken would know that. He knows all the music. John Aitken. So I approached the nurse's station, and again, there's signs on there. Please stand here. So I stood there. Hello, Chris. How are you? I said, I'm all right. Just come to do bloods today. Okay. And then he starts typing and thing, and the machine wouldn't print out the little labels. What have to go on the test tubes. Got it done eventually. He's a lovely chap, George. Camp is a Christmas tree. George is his name. He's really nice, George. So that was that. He said, I'm just dealing with someone else. If you want to take a seat over there. So I looked at the seat and I thought, no, I'm not sitting on that virus-infected seat. So I just stood there in the corner quietly, minding my own business. And I started talking to the other bloke over there. He was about the same age as me. He was sitting there with sandwiches. He'd bought sandwiches in. I thought, how long's he going to be here? He was... He's sitting there in the hospital waiting room with some sandwiches and a drink. So I'm just talking to him and chatting away. And then George called us in and I sat in the chair and do the thing. And we're having a little chit-chat there. And he was telling me He was telling me, I said, how's it been going? He's, oh, do you know what? I haven't turned my other light on. I thought it was looking a bit dim. Here we go. Ding! Look at that. Look at the difference that makes. Look at that. Sorry, I was not properly illuminated. I was not properly illuminated for the show. Do I have to start this whole thing again? I might have to start the whole thing again now. Sorry about that, gang. You buy this equipment, then you don't use it. How shocking is that? Yeah, and I said, how's it been? He said, well, we closed for 2 weeks completely. He said, and we went upstairs to help people in the COVID wards. Because they literally, when it first started, there was a sudden influx of loads of people with something that they didn't know anything about. And they opened that they had to move people out of wards to make that ward just for COVID people. I said, did you get it at all? He said, well, no, I didn't. He said, all I had on was a mask, right? One of those. All I had on was a mask and an apron, and I never got it. Isn't that, you would think that. He said people were coughing and sneezing all the time in there. He said, I never got it. So that's it. I said, do you know anyone from this particular sort of clinic that I go to? And did you get many of those people in there? And he's like, no, none, not one. None of us. None of us. Not a single one. Isn't that weird? Anyway, so that was that. Done my blood things. And okay, you can go now. Thank you very much. Went in the toilet to do my wee sample. It's always, you're never quite sure how much to put in there, are you? You're trying to get it right to the top. I don't think you need to do that. I don't think you actually need to make it to the top. And then sometimes you put the little cap on and a bit leaks out, doesn't it? Ladies, how do you do that? How on earth do you do that, girls? Fill up them little pods, you've got nothing to point. That's what you need, one of these. You need one of these as a start. Try and fill that one up, lads. The opening's a little bit bigger for those of us that require a larger opening in bottles. There we go. This is one of our water bottles, incidentally. We're doing one of these next week for next week's Super Chat raffle, okay? It's got the little logo on there. It's not just a Union flag. It does actually say United Kingdom Talk. There you go. You can see that. It does actually say United Kingdom Talk there. Okay, so we're doing those next week. One of those, you can win one at the bingo, or if you send us a £1 tip, I'll put you in for the free raffle. Okay, every time you send us a £1 tip, I will give you a free raffle ticket. And that's the prize for next week's Super Chatter raffle, which will be on Thursday. All right, my loves. So you get this little bottle, and then you go and just drop it into a little drawer, little plastic drawer thing. And that's it, all done, all done. I came back out. I did report the sick to someone as I came in. So I'm coming out now, I suppose 15 to 20 minutes has passed, maybe. So I said goodbye to the security bloke. See you, mate. You don't know who I am, but I always talk to people. Funnily that. Do you talk to people occasionally, do you? Or do you just sit there on your keyboard chatting away like that? Little people do different things, don't they? So I've gone down the stairs and it's the sick still there. Oh, God. The sick is still on the floor. Dirty people. No one's cleaned it up. Stepped over that carefully. Carried on. Put my mask. I didn't take my mask off, actually. Carried on down the stairs. Then I popped into Marks and Spencer's. I thought, well, because it's now like 2 o'clock. I got in 20 minutes before my appointment, as often happens, and I was out of there by 10 to 2, by the appointment time starting. Actually, I got out at about 10 to 2. Went down the stairs, come through the hospital, and went into Marks and Spencer's to find a sandwich and a bag of crisps. No sandwiches. Huh? It's not that late, 10 to 2. And I said to the lady, excuse me, where's the sandwiches? She said, oh, we haven't got many. We're not getting many in at the moment. We've had a problem with the sandwiches. And I remembered, do you remember there was a story, wasn't there? In fact, we used it for one of the quiz questions, which was that Marks and Spencer's, some of their staff had become infected and they'd had to stop making the sandwiches. And I think that's what's happened. They don't have many coming in at the moment. And they had like egg and chicken or something like that. I don't like egg sandwiches. Do you like those? Egg sandwiches, no dear. No, all I want is like a cheese and pickle or a ploughman, something like that. That's quite nice. But they didn't have any. So I bought a bottle of orange juice because the Marks and Spencer's orange juice is nice. Blooming well should be at £1.80 a bottle. Oh dear. £1.80 for a bottle of blooming orange juice. And of course, you know what else I bought, don't you? Eh? You know what we bought? Honey roast crisps. Oh yes, dear. The trouble is they only do the large bag. There isn't a small bag. Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it. So I bought the bag of Marks and Spencer's crisps. They're £1.50, but my God, they're delicious. Oh, they're so nice. Honey roast crisps. From Marks and Spencer's, £1.50. So I come out of there. I thought, well, I fancy a sandwich. Anyway, so I'm walking up the high street now. I still got my mask on because I'm going to go into another shop. Went into one shop. Two people in front of me. I thought, well, I'll just wait here for a little while. And honestly, the service was so blooming slow. And there were foreign in there as well. Foreign girl. I don't know where she was from. I think she might have been French. The French do appear to be completely oblivious at all times to any sort of queues. Go to Euro Disney and you'll find that out. Not like in America. They whisk you through as quickly as they possibly can. Not in France. Queue? Oh, well, whatever. Queue. Doesn't matter. Queue. It was a bit like that in there. Anyway, I gave up in the end. They're oblivious to anyone standing in the queue. Really. So I gave up in the end. I came out of there and I saw another place that was open. I didn't see any sandwiches in there, so I popped in. There was no one in the queue. I said, hello, do you do sandwiches, please? Yes. I said, what do you do, please? And she came out with the first one straight away. Vegetarian, please. Mozzarella, tomato, and is it basil? A basil toasted thing. Oh, yeah, I'll have one of those, please. So she's put this thing on. She's making it now. I said, do you do tea as well? Yes. I'll have a cup of tea as well, please. And so she's doing that there. I said, there you go. How are you paying? I said, Apple Pay. Yeah, right, okay. So she's got this thing out. £8.40? Jesus Christ. £8.40 for a tea like that? I kid you not. And this cheese, which was it was delicious, absolutely delicious. But £8.40? Jeez. And I thought, well, it's either this or you're going to have to stop somewhere else on the way home because it was lunchtime and I was hungry now. So I bought that and walked back to my car. My mate was on the phone as well. We had a hospital appointment yesterday as well. He's got issues with his stomach. And he's got is it a esophagus, something like that, where the stuff he had an operation on his stomach and I think it's scar tissue. So I can't remember what word he used now. So he's got to have that operated on. So he was at I think possibly Homerton Hospital or somewhere like that. That's where he's having that done. And he was already left. So he rang up and he's saying that was all okay. It was a pre-op. So his operation I think is somewhere mid-September sort of time. And I think that was it really. Yeah. Walked up to the car, just stopped at the car, sat in the car for a little while to eat my sandwiches and drink my tea, and then off I went. And came home, and once again, something, as I say, I didn't miss was the M25. Dreadful traffic. In fact, the traffic must have been so bad one route of it that it actually took me up. It tried to take me up the M1 first, and then I think I got. Sometimes, if the roads are close together on your sat nav, it's difficult to see where you're going. And I think I took a wrong turning up this big roundabout and got back on. I came off the M1. It took me M25, then on M1 to avoid that bit of the M25 there. So I'm going up now. And I thought, okay, right, well, we'll see where we get to with this. And then it took me off at another roundabout. And I went round it and then I rejoined the M1 somehow. I don't know how I did that. But I carried on up there. And then it took me off at the next junction and I kind of went across. And then I think up the M40, I can't remember now, to be honest. But instead of like a 35-mile journey, it was a 60. That's how far it took me away from the M25, which means the M25 is chock-a-block. Chock-a-block. You don't want to be sitting on there if you can. And I got back here at about, I think it was about 4:20 in the afternoon eventually. Had my crisps on the way, but then I just came in here and went straight to bed for a couple of hours. So there we are. Little job done there, really. I'm pleased about that. And last night, I went to post Mix Mower's clock, which the delightful Rachel Wheatland, she won it actually at the Super Chat raffle last week. The clock was the prize this week. This week's it's one of those bottles there. Last week it was a clock. And Rachel donated it to Mix Mowers because I think Mick wanted one. She's got one already. So that was very kind, wasn't it? So I took that down to the post office last night. The wonderful thing about the post office here is that it is a counter in the newsagents, Martin's newsagents, right? Used to be a post office 9 to 5, 5 o'clock comes, that's it. Well, you can drop a parcel into Martin's newsagents until 9:45 at night, which is just brilliant. I love that. It's so much better than having that miserable old bat. It was an old bloke, it was. Miserable old bloke behind the post office counter. Never smiled. What a miserable git. Oh, how do these people stay in those jobs? Don't get this in America, you know. No, they bend over backwards with their service over there. Anyway, so we've had that set up for a few years now, and it's so much better. You can literally, I thought I'd better check first. I rang them up at about 8:30 last night. I said, can you tell me, is it possible to drop a parcel in tomorrow? Have I missed it? No, she said you can drop a parcel off here right up to 9:45. So usually I pay for parcels and things. I do it all online, so it's all ready. You know, I pay with the PayPal, and you print off a thing, stick it on your box, make sure it's wrapped properly, bubble wrap and all that business. And you literally stick that on, and then you just drop it into the post office, and you may or may not take a receipt. If you don't want one, you don't have to have one. If you want a receipt, she then has to go beep beep with the magic phaser, which I think is similar to the phaser that was used at the hospital on me. They're all using the same things. Warning, phaser alert. And happy days, really. Yeah, come out of there. I popped into Aldi. I had my mask with me, so I popped into Aldi as well to get some... what did I get in there? Oh, some tissues. Boxes of tissues. What I tend to do is buy a load of something, but for some reason I don't replace it. So yesterday I bought 5 boxes of tissues. Because she said, oh, have you got a cold coming? I said, no, what happens is that I buy loads of things and then I don't replace them until, I've only got one left. Then I'll go and buy another 5. I do it with everything. Frozen vegetables, tins of beans, everything. Now, I'll let the beans run down and then I'll go and buy a carrier bag full of them. Literally a carrier bag full of tins of baked beans. Ask my nephew, he'll tell you. Usually in the tin shop, but we don't have a tin shop round here. But actually... if you buy the Aldi or Lidl beans, they're not much far off the price that you pay in a tin shop anyway. You know, so cheap in there. Heinz, 50p a can. Lidl, I don't know, 19p, 25p, something like that. I don't know. So I went in there and bought the other bits. Come back here and Ronnie came round, my mate came round. We watched a bit of telly. We watched on Netflix Biohackers. Very, very good. Biohackers. We've now watched 3 of them. Really enjoying that. It's a dubbed programme, but that's okay. Don't worry about dubbed programmes. Just look at their eyes when they're talking, like you're looking at my... You're not looking at my mouth now, are you? You're looking at my eyes. Do the same with dubbed films. Look at the eyes, okay? And then you can deal with them. Very, very good. 3 episodes of Biohazard. I'd done him some Slimming World chips in the oven. I had beans on top of mine. And he brought over some Marks and Spencer's raspberry, is it Rowland, something like that. It's like this white meringue thing with raspberry stuff in it, and like it's not cream, it's a bit like soft cheese that's in it. Oh, it's delicious. Oh my god. Marks and Spencer's a £5 apparently. He had 2 left over. I think they're about to go out of date. You know what I'm like with out of date food. Eat it. Nothing wrong with that. And he brought over 2 packets of cat food for Gary the cat that comes and visits regularly now. From across the road, I think he is. And that's it. There we are. That's what I did yesterday. Then I uploaded. I thought I'll upload a video to my religious music and hymns channel. So that's uploaded Sing We of the Blessed Mother, which I performed for you earlier live on the show today. So if you've only just joined us, you've missed that, you see. Try and be here on early. Sing of we the Blessed Mother. Da, 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 da. That was my day yesterday. Now, let's have a little quick look at our chat box this morning. Roulade. Thank you, Denise. Roulade. Roulade. That's what it's called. Roulade. All right. Oh, I see we got 20 likes there. Let's show you John Parrish's pictures this morning. He sent in this one. Look, it is a GIF. It moves. I wasn't sure I'd be able to show that. It is a GIF. A GIF. Thanks so much, John. And John writes, oh, hang on a minute. That's a YouTube thing now, isn't it? What's that? Oh, hang on. Oh, dear. It's got lost now. Our friend's place. Oh, Christmas in Essex. Here we go. Christmas in Essex. This is being daft in France. There we go. So there's him and his beautiful wife Sherry. She does her own channel. All sorts of things on there, cooking, but mainly the happy face that she's always got. Yes. So there we are. And John Parrish says that's Christmas in Essex. Christmas in Essex. Very disappointed at that tree, to be honest. Bit small, John. Someone of your stature surely should have a larger tree than that, my dear. God. I expected a 6-foot job in your house. So there we are. Do you know what? I think you've got exactly the same mirror as me there. I've got one of those downstairs, except it's hung the other way. I've got that exact... Did you get that? Oh, now, what was the name of the shop? I don't think it even exists now, that shop. Thanks so much to John Parrish. As always, he always sends in excellent photos there. Good morning to Shaun Crabtree. Good morning, young Shaun. Nice to see your little face pop up on our YouTube channel here, my dear. Morning to you. Daniel hates those gifty videos. They do my eyes in with all that repetition. Well, so do your messages. Do our eyes in with your repetition. Stop moaning. Mixed mowers, good morning. Look under my eye. My eye's not around my eyes and under. Morning to Park Nest. A bit late this morning. Never mind. Roulade. Thank you, Joe. Roulade is the one. The square tissues in Aldi are so good. Thick and just like Kleenex. Yes, I've got one here, actually. Here it is. I've got the large man-size one. Oh, you're not allowed to say that anymore. That's really sexist. Do one. Listen, when people say that stuff to you, right, when you make a comment and they come back to you with some sort of lefty BS, when they come back to you with that left-wing crap, lay into them. Don't just stand there and, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. No, just tell it. Mind your own business, idiot. It is a man-sized tissue. Look at that. I could use this as a mask, couldn't I? Is that an improvement, do you think? Is that an improvement? Some of you could put one of these over your faces and put a smiley face in there. That would be an improvement. Scrolling there. Have they taken up... He got taken up the M1. I haven't had that privilege yet. Scrolling quickly there. Denise, egg mayonnaise and cress, no. Mick Davenport likes egg mayonnaise, no, not for me, I'm afraid. No, don't like anything like that. Morning to Maureen, joining us this morning. Morning, Maureen. You have to squeeze the metal around your nose. There isn't any. Oh, yes, there is. Oh, there is. Oh, there is. Who said that? Squeeze the metal around the inside. Around your nose. Let's try that, Joe. Let's try it. Squeeze the metal around your nose. Oh, yeah. Look at that. No, I didn't know that. Why don't these come with instructions? None of the blokes on here will read instructions. I'll tell you that now, girls. I don't need instructions. I can work that out myself, mate. Don't need instructions. One of the real men. Do you know what? Not that there are any on here. They think they are. Adam the plumber used to work at the Royal Free. Took about a month to learn my way around the hospital. Yeah, it's quite big, isn't it? It is quite a big hospital there. Morning to Michael Palman joining us there. Hello to you, sir. There's going to be an extra bank holiday this year because Boxing Day is on Saturday. Well, it's not really an extra bank holiday, is it? They just move it. You have Saturday off normally, so it's not like an extra one, is it? Check your fridge magnets. There may be a few missing. Who's nicked my fridge magnets? That's Gary Butler, that is. Pigeon face. Is he here yet? Pigeon face. No, he's not. Gosh, must have killed him working on my caravan yesterday. Oh, sorry, Mark. A real man is there. Mark Bowles is there. Our new telephone engineer. Telephone engineer. Yeah. All right, let's do some stories, gang. In the Sun this morning. Now, what am I doing wrong? Okay. I'm absolutely serious when I say to you, I want this to happen for my nephew, Gary. He needs this. Just a minute, let me just write something out before I forget. Sing of we the Blessed Mother. Da, 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 da. Thank you, that's done there. Before I forget that. I really want this to happen to my nephew. His YouTube channel is doing quite well now. It's got more than me already in a short space of time. And I'm very pleased at that. I'm very pleased at that because he hasn't had the best of luck with work and stuff like that, really. And now he's kind of got onto this YouTube thing. And he's working very hard on it as well. There's a story that was in the Sun a couple of days ago. I meant to do this for you yesterday, but we ran out of time. YouTube star James Charles, YouTube star James Charles, I'd never heard of him, but there you go, showed off his new £7 million Los Angeles mansion in a new video. Now, I wouldn't want my nephew to move to Los Angeles, then I wouldn't be able to see him or the children or their delightful wife, Stacey. You know. But I'd like to see him make an awful lot of money and they can have a really big house somewhere. They've got a nice house where it is, but I like him to just do really well. You do, don't you? With your younger members of the family, you must be pretty hard to not want them to do well for themselves. Mustn't you? You know, even perhaps if, how can I put this now? Even if there's like a member of the family perhaps that you're not connected to so much, but is a member of perhaps your very close family or your extended family, right? There's a younger member there. You've got to be pretty hard not to want them to do well, haven't you? Sometimes you can watch from afar if you want to. If there's no contact or something, you can watch from afar and see how they're getting on and they achieve something. You think, wow, excellent. I'm really pleased for you. Don't you? Yeah? With anyone younger. And this YouTube bloke, he's only 21. His new home is equipped with a salon, a production studio, basketball court and more. I'm going to take some pictures in a moment for you. The clip of his thing was uploaded to his YouTube hit channel on Tuesday. Began with James walking in through a black door with large windows. A short montage followed that showed off the large pool. I'm not reading these, am I? That showed off the large pool, a black piano situated in a living room, the kitchen, and a master bedroom. James excitedly told his followers that he was so beyond excited to share a glimpse of his house with them. He captured the 16-minute long video, Hi Sisters. Today I show you guys my brand new house and I take you on a tour. I think he's got a very large amount of female followers. I have seen this bloke before. I think he does makeup videos. Does it say? Does it say what videos he does? James Charles. He's got a fitting room. It's just fantastic, this house. No, it doesn't say what he does. I think he does makeup videos and fashion. Anyway, let's do a couple of shots of this. And you'll see what he's achieved. And this is from doing videos. He's worked blooming hard. It's out there if you want it. You have to have, of course, something that lots and lots of people like. You know, what I do is quite niche. Not a lot of people will see this and they won't like it and there go. That's just how it is, you know. But you accept that. If you want to do more, then that's up to you. You can go out, you can investigate. You could investigate what other people like and then tailor what you're doing to perhaps that group or type of people if you wanted to. Or you can do your own thing and not worry too much about the numbers. It'd be nice to have like 10,000 people watching one of these. But that's just how it is, you know. It's just how it is. And I accept that. I think you can get... I think sometimes perhaps you can get very unhappy if you set yourself something you want to get there and you never get there, and you're not willing to change. You'd have to change what you were doing. You see, you'd have to change, and there would be no guarantee that what you changed to would be more successful than what you're doing anyway. If you want numbers, you've got to get out there and investigate. What do people want? Or be very lucky and start doing something and bang, people like it straight away. You know, what I do is quite niche. Only a few people are there. We probably have quite a lot of people click on to see. And, you know, if like perhaps if 10,000 people sort of catch sight of these little shows, you know, we're often lucky if one stays, to be honest with you. But that's just how it is, right? Come on, let's show you some pictures of his house then. Here's the piano room. Look at this. He's got a grand piano. Look! I haven't got a grand piano. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? Do you think that tree's real? I hope that's not an artificial tree. Not when he's got all that money there. This is in the sun this morning, incidentally. Here's his... Here's a picture of this bloke. He must do makeup or something like that. I don't know what he does. He's a bit girly. Yeah. There you go. Not my cup of tea, you see. Mark Bowles is more my cup of tea. He's not. Do you know what I mean? He's not quite butch enough for me. But that's not to say he's not a nice person. Would you want to see his kitchen? Do you want to see his kitchen, girls? Yes. Here, ladies. Look at this kitchen. Look at that, and that beautiful, girls. Look how it's all perfect. You see where the worktop is there? My worktop isn't like that. It's just covered in stuff. I'm not a very tidy person. He's got a wine cellar. Living room? The living room is not for me, I'm afraid. It's very sparse. It doesn't look very homely to me. Oh, what's happened to that there? That's not worked, has it? Hang on a minute. The living room, that's not for me, that living room. That's similar, actually, to my mate's living room. His is very modern and... Would you use the term chic? I don't know what term you would use, but that's not homely. Doesn't look homely to me. And there's another angle of the living room as well, which I'll show you here. 1 second. Okay. You may wonder why I don't just copy the pictures and put them on the main screen. Like, for example, when John Parrish or someone sends pictures in. That could be a bit of a copyright issue. We get away with it if we just take a picture. We do get away with it like this, all right. Massive bathroom there. What else do you want? Do you want to see the bed? And again, the bed just doesn't look like somewhere I'd want to sleep, to be honest. Certainly not with him. Just a minute, there we are. There's the bed. It's like he says it's a 4-poster bed. Well, yeah, but it's not really, is it? Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's just nothing on there. But that's what he likes. So farewell. The master bedroom featured a shared bathtub, massive shower and a heated towel rack, and it goes on to describe the whole house there. But, yeah, and hard work has done that for him. Hard work. You know, it's out there. If you want to try and get it, it is out there. But you got to work for it, you know. You got to work for it. And if you want those hundreds of thousands of viewers, and there's many people on there, you know, there's a little boy called Ryan, I think it is, Japanese. Or is it? I think it's Japanese. Or is it Chinese? One of those two countries, either Japanese or Chinese. And he basically just plays with toys. He plays with little children's toys. He gets them in, takes them out of the box and starts playing with them. And his parents are just on another... His parents are the most annoying people ever. Oh, especially the father. Oh, he gets on my nerves, he does. How do I know about this? Well, because Harry and Evie love watching him. Ryan, little Ryan. And, of course, once you've got the children... Mummy, can I buy one of those? Right? He's got millions of viewers. Millions of people. He puts up a video, like 1 second later, 10 million people have watched it. I put up a video, 15 years later, 30 people have watched it. I mean, what am I doing wrong? Perhaps I talk too much, but I get that sometimes. You don't half go on. What do you mean? Well, you talk a lot. Hello, it's a talk show, you idiot. But there we are. Mark Bowles is here because there's nothing on. You see, there you go. What people don't want is not another story. Well, just go then, Mick. If you don't want another story, go. Just go. You see, it doesn't bother me. Ryan's toy review. The dad is an idiot, says Mark. I think so, yeah. It gets on my nerves. But that's part of the show. That's what they've created, you see. So, and they get millions and millions of viewers. So they must be doing something right there. Thank you, Michael Pullman. He does do makeup on there. And he's got a massive female following, that lad. I've forgotten his name now. It's gone out my... The one I just showed you there. A massive, massive female following. And he's gone out... Was it him who came over to the UK, possibly went to Birmingham, and they had to close the streets? People coming out all over the place to try and meet this lad who basically does makeup videos. And blooming good luck to him. Absolutely good luck to him. I like to see someone get on. Some people get just so jealous, don't they? You know. When I see... some people would be jealous of like... other YouTubers because they're doing so well. I mean, how sad must you be? Why can't you just wish people well, especially younger people? How could you wish someone younger than you? And I see this all the time. I used to see this all the time in the DJ world. You know, young DJs, they would come up to me. All right, Chris, I want to be a DJ. And one of the first things I always say to them is, can you sing or play a musical instrument? And they're like, might be yes or no. Or why do you want to be DJ? Oh, because I want to be rich and famous. Won't happen. Won't happen. Wrong reasons. You need to be into it. Because I really like music. And often I say to them something like, can you play a musical instrument or sing? No, can't do that. Have you got rhythm? Can you dance? No, can't do that. Might have a problem then. There are many places that you can go and learn to be a DJ. There's a lot of people doing DJ lessons. But when I see that, I think, well, how? I don't know if you can be taught to do that. Like, I don't think you can teach me football. I couldn't play football. Useless. I couldn't do art. Of course we had art lessons at school. I just didn't have the hand to do art. I could draw you a picture of a house with 4 windows and a door. That's about it. And I'm absolutely serious in that. That's all I can do. You haven't got it. You have to find what you've got. And I'm not convinced that anyone can be taught to be a DJ. Really. Beat match. I saw someone... there's someone I know who wants to be a DJ. I don't know if he'd be able to do it or not, because I don't know much about him. But one of the things... Someone said, I booked lessons to do a DJ. And one of the answers someone gave him is that you'll be okay once you learn to count the beats. Well... I never counted the beats. It's just in my head that I know that song will go with that one. And to mix them together, to join the beats together. So it just sounds like one long track. If you're playing house music, throughout the night, you don't want to... You just mix one song to the next and match the beats up. It's called beat matching. But I never had a lesson. It was just in my head. Right, okay, that'll go with that and that'll go with that. Sometimes I didn't need the beat. For example, there was a song called Hold That Sucker Down. Mark Bowles will know that one. By the OT Quartet. Right? And this song starts with a massive long, the particular remix I used to play, a massive long strings introduction. There was no beat. So to mix that into the song that was before, so you wait for that drum beat, boom, 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 boom. Now, in my head, I've got that beat on the strings, even though there isn't one on the actual track. So I knew when to start it, and it would go boom, 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 da, da, and the other one's still playing boom, boom, da, da, boom, ba, ba, bum, ba. And you know where to start it, and then it would just carry on when the beat jumped in. But I didn't need to know how long that string was there, or how many beats there were, because it was in my head. Now, I don't know if you can teach someone that. I don't honestly think that anyone can be a DJ, the same as not everyone can draw, not everyone can play football, not everyone can, do DIY. You have to find your thing, Funny, isn't it, really? Um, Mark, it's a talent. I got a talent. In fact, it's a wonderful thing. Da 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 da. And this bit of the song is true that I'm about to sing, 'cause everyone listens when I got a talent. It's a wonderful thing. If I sing a song, then everyone wants me to sing. Something like that, isn't it? So I say thank you for the music, the songs I'm singing. Ba-da-da-da-da. Thanks. There you go. Chris Woodhouse. Chris, you either have it or you don't. Being a DJ can't really be learnt. Some people learn, but they still can't DJ. Yeah, natural talent. I believe, Mark, everyone has a natural talent to do something. Yours is to be good looking. You just sit there and are good looking. Actually, funny I should say that. There was a lad who used to come into Belushi's in Hammersmith where I used to DJ, and his name was Steve. He had a terrible ending to his life. He was murdered. He was murdered by his girlfriend. And they had a little boy and everything. Just horrendous ending. But for some reason, I left Belushi's. Usually when you leave a DJing job, you lose contact with all those people that are in the club that you'd entertained for years and years. They're just gone. Right? But sometimes I'll look someone up, and I looked him up. And I thought, oh, his Facebook's disappeared. Where's that gone? So a period of time later, and for some reason I typed his name into Google, and a newspaper article came up about him, and he'd been murdered by his girlfriend, who got away with it. His name was Steve. Lovely chap. And I think when he came into Belushi's, he was probably 20, 22. Let me think. 20. Yeah, it's a little bit. He wasn't a teenager. He was about 22, 23. And he would always come over to me. Always come over to me and talk to me. And he'd sit there a while. And one day he came in. And he said, "Oi, Chris. All right, Steve. Yeah, I want a word." "All right, what's that?" He was a bit of a lad type, you know, the sort I like, a little bit like Mark Bowles, the sort I like, a bit laddie, bit hard, probably got up to all sorts of mischief. "Here, Chris, what's all this gay stuff?" He didn't use the word stuff. I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "What's all this gay stuff?" "I've been on your Facebook." "Oh, right, okay." He said, "So you're gay then?" Yeah. What? "Oh, well, we don't care. We think you're all right." "Oh, right, okay, that makes it all right, does it?" I thought to myself, well, it's fine. You just leave it at that. Anyway. And some of the jokes he told when how can I put this? Various members of different communities used to come in. Used to have me in absolute... wouldn't dare tell you some of them. He was absolutely hilarious. And he would always disappear at about... If I started at 9 o'clock, he'd go into the crowd at sort of about 10, 10:30. And I'd watch him. And he was always surrounded. New girls would appear. Always. All these girls, right? And I kind of come over to me one day. I said, "How'd you do that, Steve?" And he's like, "What?" I said, "Whenever you walk somewhere, you seem to get girls come up to you and surround you." "Ah, it's easy. I just stand there and look good." He was a great character, actually. It was very, very funny. And he had the most dreadful end. He was just awful. Awful. Good morning to Rich. Is it Rich Rich Gilly? Is it Gilly or Ginny? I'm not quite sure how to say your name. Welcome to the show, Rich. Welcome along there. Christopher Woodhouse, indeed, I was very lucky. I've been a DJ for years. I've been worked all over the place. Great times. Going to be a long time before we get back to it, if at all. Yes, well, I don't know if we will. You know, Denise, absolutely natural talent. Everyone thinks they can be a DJ presenter. Well, look at your husband, Denise. Fantastic. Denise's husband has done radio all his life. And believe me, I've heard him. He can drop in to any type of show and entertain the crowds. Unfortunately, what he does and what I do is a bit old hat now, and they don't want it. The paid FM and DAB radio stations, they don't want what we do. All they want, if it's for some... Alton will tell you, this is Sir Osmond Alton Andrews, who does a show on Radio 45 radio, something like that, isn't it? Right, and he entertains. He will entertain, do occasional jokes, little bits of news and all that. They don't want that anymore on Heart and Great Hits or whatever they're called. All they want is a robot to sit there. In fact, what you don't know is that a lot of the time there is no one sitting there. What happens these days is a presenter goes into the studio one day and records all the little bits in between the records, because it doesn't matter. You don't have up-to-date news stories. How many times do you hear someone on Capital Radio talk about the news or the Greatest Hits FM or whatever that's called, Heart Radio? You don't really hear them mention the news much, do you? That's because most of them have recorded all the little bits in between the records. They go in one day, do all that, and then an engineer or someone, I don't know how it works even. I tell you why don't I know how it works? Because I'm not interested in doing something like that. It's boring. It just becomes a job. It's not a want-to-do job anymore, I don't think, being on the radio. Because the money men have completely ruined it. Completely and totally ruined it. All they want is for someone to sit there, record these little bits, tell you what the last record is, what the next record is, what stations you're listening to, and the time. That's all they want. And the most annoying phrase on music radio is coming up. Why are you telling everyone what's coming up? You've just destroyed the element of surprise. Tony Blackburn never used to tell us what the next 3 records were. You'd be excited, wondering what that next record was. Coming up, we've got ABBA with Crazy World, Michael Jackson with Billie Jean, and the Spice Girls, Wannabe. That's coming up on your all-new Hits Radio. Boring. So boring. No entertainment at all. And there's many people don't listen to the radio anymore. Denise's husband can slot into any... Denise's husband could do that, you know, but he's an entertainer. That's his thing. His talent is radio. And if you ever heard one of his show, you would know exactly what I mean, because he will entertain you. He will entertain you. Give him a chance. Give him a little shot. He's on internet radio, so you can listen to it. I think it's Radio 40... Hang on, let me have a look. It'll be on his thing. I'll have a look for you. And I first met Alton when I was working at Liberty Radio in London. There we go. He's got his own home broadcasting studio. 45. Here it is. my45radio.co.uk it's called. Okay, that's the website. My numbers 45 radio, all one word. my45radio.co.uk, and that's where you'll find my very good friend Alton Andrews, who's he's on now. He's on now. He's actually on now, and he finishes at 1 o'clock this afternoon, and he does various. You can have a look at him on the. I'll give you his Facebook page as well if you want to have a look at him, and he's a great bloke on the radio. There you go. All right, there's the little link there. Good morning to my sister. Please stop singing my poor ears. Sorry, sis. Sorry, darling. There we go, Rich Gilly. Coming up, we have the BBC, and it's an alien from Jupiter, and he will astound you. Yeah, I think you're right, Rich. And the BBC, what a far cry they are from themselves. I don't know what the hell's going on there. It's just gone terribly wrong, the BBC, isn't it? And I was a great supporter of the BBC for years and years and years, right the way through until they mucked around with Last Night of the Proms, and I thought, no, you really have gone a step too far. And if I could, I would stop paying the licence fee now and unsubscribe. I'm sorry, that's how I am. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, thank you, Denise. Alton is indeed on there. Good news for X Factor people that don't like it. It may not come back next year. It was rested this year following a decline in ratings. Well, that's an understatement. We're sick of it. It's all fake. We're sick of the plastic 4 self-proclaimed judges coming on there and destroying people in front of our very eyes. People, let's be honest, there are people on there who can't sing and have the charisma of a worm. It's just awful, and they shouldn't be on the telly. but they are put on the telly. And I've come across X Factor scouts who go out to karaoke nights like mine and various other little entertainment things, right? They go on to these places and they seek out people who look a bit different and sound a bit different, right? And they go up to them, would you like to be on X Factor? Do you think I could? Absolutely. You could absolutely win. Why are they telling you that? Because they want you to go on there and they want to humiliate you in front of thousands of people. If you get the chance to go on X Factor, don't do it. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Because if you are like most people who have, some of you have a good karaoke singing voice. But remember, you have a karaoke singing voice. You are not an international star. Most people, I'm afraid, including myself, will not be international stars. I am a piddly little YouTuber. That's what I do. A piddly little YouTuber. I'm not an international star from the telly. I know sometimes I say it, but you know it's all joke. It's all joke. Right? And most people who turn up at karaoke, the ones who enjoy it, know that they are karaoke singers. But there are people on there who are karaoke singers who think they're great big stars. I'm afraid not. Now and again, we do get one. We do get one occasionally. In fact, one or two of the regulars are really good singers. Could they be an international star? Probably not. There's a couple of people who come on and sing, and the voice is fantastic. Great voices they have. But they've not got anything else. And that would be the X Factor. You know, you don't even, a karaoke night, you don't even have to sing. Not really. If you've got character, that will get you away at a karaoke night. What it won't do is make you a lot of money if that's your thing, performing on Top of the Pops. You know, and a lot of these people, these scouts, go out and they choose someone who's, as I say, shall we say, a bit different from everyone else, who can't really sing, and they are brought on that show to humiliate them. That's why I don't like it. It's not a talent show. Not really. It's the modern equivalent of a freak show. That's what it is. And you may well be asked to be one of those freaks. And the sad thing is, some of these people have spent years and years building up to this point, and they think they're great singers. And the scout tells them they're great singers, and then they get on there, only to have the 4 judges completely dress them down. And they must go from there to there. Why is that a good thing? Anyway, the good news is it might not be back next year. The long-running singing competition has been on since 2004. It was rested this year, but it might not be back next year either. ITV's director of television, Kevin Ligo, has admitted he isn't certain if boss Simon Cowell will bring his show back to screens next year. There are no definite plans. You see, I don't have a problem with talent shows. I think they're brilliant. And if you can bring someone onto a stage with great character, like an amateur talent show, with great character who can't sing, I'm all for that. But what I don't want is 4 judges sitting in front of them, dressing them down. It's horrible. Horrible. BBC Two had an excellent talent show on. It was about 10, 11 years ago, something like that. I think it was about 11 or 12 years ago now. It was on BBC Two every night. And it had a little thing of audience there. And it had like a small, low-key sort of stage. And they'd bring someone on. I can't remember who the presenter was. It was someone similar to Bradley Walsh. I can't remember the name of the bloke now. But it was on BBC Two every night. And these people would come on and do their little thing on the stage. The presenter would bring them on, have a little bit of a chat. Hello, you're so-and-so. And some of them were weird and wonderful, and some could sing and some couldn't, but they all had a bit of a character to them, right? And they'd come on and do their bit, and then all the audience had this little button, and you could, like, I don't know what, give them points like that. But there was no 4 people sitting there telling them what's what. No, I don't like it. Never have. Same with the Britain's Got Talent. Why can't we just have the people come on and do the talent and not have the judges, please? If you want to vote them on or off by audience, that's fine. Just click a button and they would get a various score like they used to do on Opportunity Knocks. It was New Faces that started all that talent thing, wasn't it? That blooming awful woman, Nina Mishkoff. Do you remember her? Is she dead yet? Nina, she was horrible. She was horrible, and it was hosted by the great Marcy Kane, who really was on the side of the contestants. What do you call them, contestant? No, artist. She was always on the side of contestants, and you got these has-beens in the little box there criticising everyone. You know, like I say, people that have spent their whole lives getting up, and then suddenly they got a chance to be on the telly. Wow. I don't like the whole judges things. Anyway, there we are. It might not be back on next year, and good. Perhaps we can replace it with someone else, or I don't know. John Aitken, Leona Lewis was the last good singer to win the X Factor, but where is she now? I'm sorry, I never liked Leona Lewis. There was her and another girl, and they just screamed. I couldn't stand the voice. There was her and who was the other girl who won? Shane Ward. I thought he was all right, but he's not singing. He became an actor, didn't he? Shane Ward. Who was the girl? Who was this Scottish lady? I liked her. That was a real character, wasn't it? Susan Boyle. What a real character she was. She was great. But I didn't like Leona Lewis, and there was another one who sung lightly, and I just felt they just screamed all the time. I couldn't bear their voices. Denise says X Factor's has its day. I don't watch it anymore. Rich Gilly said it's all exploitation, but to different degrees there. Look at that. Alexandra Burke. Yeah. Now, Alexandra Burke, I think it was she appeared at the Radio London Soul Night Out. And Radio London Soul Night Out is a thing Tony Blackburn's been doing for years and years and years. And it's brought back now generally once a year, except it doesn't look like it's going to happen this year. Certainly not. Didn't happen last year because they were doing up the Camden Palais. They now bring it out just for a Children in Need fundraiser. And I've been to 3 of them now, and it's fantastic. And you have all these old 80s soul singers on, and usually a new one. We had a really good-looking bloke. What's his name now? If there's any justice in the world, da-da-da-da. He came on and did a set in one of the shows. Can't remember his name now. If there's any justice in the world. What's his blooming name now? Limar. Oh, gorgeous. And I touched him. I put my hand out and he touched me. I haven't washed his hand since. Look how dirty he is. Look, I burnt myself there on the kettle. So he come on and he was really good. And they have various other artists on over time. At this particular time, they had Alexandra Burke. Right? And she come on and did an acoustic set. Now, there was nothing wrong with it. She sang all right. But it just didn't fit in. They're playing all this wonderful old soul stuff from the 80s. The Real Thing, Loose Ends and all that sort of stuff. Shack Attack, Shalimar. And then Leona Lewis comes on. And she was on for about 45 minutes doing an acoustic set, like with a guitar. And it just didn't work. We're all kind of standing there thinking, when is this going to finish? Funny, isn't it? Mike Rees-Ponto remembers the old New Faces, hosted by Derek Hobson. Of course, he did it first, didn't he? With Mickey Most and Tony Hatch as judges. Yeah, if I remember, Tony Hatch was a little bit horrible with his comments as well, didn't he? Morning to Mark Jones. Morning, Mark. Always sent a £5 super chat. Thank you very much, Mark. Very kind, darling. Didn't expect that, my love. That didn't show up at the top there. Good job you reminded me there. Thank you, Mark. Let me give you some raffle tickets for that. What tickets are we on now? Or is it the blue ones? Or oh, no, it's the brown ones now. There you go, Mark. Let me give you 5 raffle tickets. Every time someone sends a £1 super chat, I give you a free raffle ticket, boys and girls, for this week's prize, which is one of our exclusive water bottles. Water bottle, Mark Jones. There you go, Mark. Ba 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 da ba ba da 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 da. One moment, please. Trying to connect you. There we are. Just doing your tickets. Look at the time. Gosh, I've got loads of stories to get through here. We're nowhere near halfway through the show. Look, I can't be along too long because I've got to go out and meet Adam for our afternoon tea. There you go. Thank you very much, Mark, for the tip. That's the prize this week, Mark. You've only just joined us. That's the Super Chatter prize this week, okay? So that's what I've given you raffle tickets for. Okay, my love? They are water bottles. Orange water bottles. Okay. Hey, look at that. Rich is wishing someone good luck there. That's kind of him, isn't it? Joe saw Alexander Burke in The Bodyguard. Thought it was good. Was she in that? Is that the Whitney Houston thing? I didn't know she was in that. Oh. Michael Pullman used to watch the X Factor years ago. It's been scrapped from Australian TV now. Prefers the voice. Yes. Now, I quite like the voice, Michael, because they're not horrible. They're not horrible. I do quite like the voice. My favourite person on there is Will I Am. He's just hilarious. I would like to meet him. Very talented man, Will I Am. And he, again, someone with an enormous character. Enormous character. Love him. And he can sing and do everything, doesn't he? Lamar, thank you, John. Lamar, thank you, Mark Bowles. Lamar was the one there. Jason says the runners-up on X Factor seem to do better than the winners. Well, we had the... I don't think One Direction won, did they? Didn't they come second? One Direction. Good, let's just... Thank you, Mark, for that. It's very kind of you to send that in there. Right. Denise says, I can chat, but when you sit in front of the microphone and talk, it's a different world. You either have it or you don't. I just chat. I don't know what about half the time. Joe, lots of local radio stations being lost this weekend due to a takeover from a large company. That's correct. I think it's the Hits Radio group that are taking it all over, isn't it? You know, I'm sure it's the Hits Radio group that, or something like that. Another load of people. They just want one station. I mean, this was not what local radio was about. And we still have the BBC local radio. How long they're struggling on for, I don't know. But they do a good service. They're very popular. I don't think the local radio stations is so much as popular in the cities as it is in the outskirts. BBC Radio Lincolnshire is very popular. My sister does a job where she goes in elderly people's houses and assists them to do stuff like shopping and all that business. And she says whenever she goes in a house, they've always got BBC Radio Lincolnshire in there rather than something like Links FM or something like that. One Direction came fourth, did they? Thank you, John. They became... The music was all right, wasn't it, One Direction? And they'd gone up and do different things now. That who's that boy now? Harry Styles. We're never quite sure. Is he straight or bi? Not quite sure about Harry, are we? But he became an actor, didn't he? And that other lad, the good-looking one. Who's the good-looking one? I can't remember his blooming name now. The one I like. He does pants adverts, doesn't he? I quite like him. Yeah, he went and did a solo career. The blonde one isn't... don't really see him around much, do you? The blonde Irish one. And who's the one with the darker skin? He become his own solo artist as well, didn't he? Mornings to Peter Palawoda. Gareth Gates and Will Young with a photo finish there. Rich is from Canada. Canada. Does any ladies want to marry me for citizenship? There's an offer you can't refuse, girls. Go over to Canada. Very clean over there. No nuclear power. Am I right with that? No nuclear power in Canada. Good. Let's have another story here. I never really go much by reviews of pubs and places like that. I like to try them out myself. There's a lot of self-entitled people out there, boys and girls. Think they can just comment on anything. I just think it's so rude, some people. But I do like it when the pubs or the venues hit back. Certainly at Central Station, one of the owners, Martin, if you leave a bad review, he will answer you, and he will answer you in all honesty, in the same tone that you made a comment. And it's similar to this show, you know. If you make a comment in a certain tone towards me, you will get a reply. And often people don't like that. They think they can make a comment with nothing coming back towards them. In the Daily Mirror this morning, a pub owner who received a negative review from an unhappy customer has replied in the most brutal way. The woman, called Jo, left the review after visiting the cowshed at Hucknall for her sister-in-law's 50th birthday. She claimed that her party spent approximately £700 between them on drinks and pizza before they were asked to leave by staff with awful attitude for being too drunk. This is reported by the Daily Star. In a review, Jo wrote, she said, "They didn't mind taking the £700 though. I've never been spoken to in such a way. Maybe they should open reviews on their website." She then added, and yes, our family member was sick, and yes, we cleaned it up so no members of staff were affected by this. Maybe a course for your staff in customer service wouldn't go amiss. Rude staff huffing and puffing because they had a large round to bring out. But the Facebook restaurant, which has a 5-star rating on TripAdvisor, shared their version of events from the night on Facebook by saying, "Hi Joe, thanks for reaching out. We love feedback, whether it be positive or negative. We especially love feedback like this, so others can see the type of people that we have sometimes to deal with. And you just know what sort of people they are. Self-entitled, ignorant people sitting there and they don't get their drink within 30 seconds, so they just type in. Rather than say something there and then, they just start typing on Twitter and all that, don't they?" It says, firstly, it said that Jo hadn't spent the amount of money she claimed she did. To spend that amount of money, they would have had to have ordered 39 of the most expensive pizzas and 57 of the most expensive drinks. The cowshed continued, "You ordered nowhere near this, Jo. Not even close. What you and your party spent, Jo, was a far more realistic and believable £280, of which £225 was on 5 rounds of drinks, so the big rounds, and 55 quid on 8 pizzas. Then it got brutal. It added, "You all acted like belligerent, entitled little toddlers from the moment you walked through our gates." You know the sort of people, don't you? Eh? You know the sort of people. At 4:30, you showed up with the tables you wanted already taken. But not to worry, we shuffled other customers around at your request in order to accommodate you. Then you proceeded to pull out light fittings loose off our boundary fence in order to hang up your birthday decor. We cleaned up all the smashed pint glasses you broke and birthday cake you dropped and smeared all over our tables and benches, and tolerated the many loud family rows you were having with each other. The group also supposedly treated the cowshed staff like personal servants. It wrote, "Clicking your finger." Have you seen this before? In bars. I'm disgusted on how people talk to bar staff sometimes. I've never been a barman, but my God, I've seen how some of them are cheated. Not just by the customers, sometimes by managers as well like that. I worked in a particular place in Ealing called West 5. And I left there because of the way the bar staff were treated. I would watch it. The manager there was so rude and horrible towards them, you wouldn't believe. And I left. I can't bear it, people being spoken to like that. And often, wherever I've worked, I've seen that at the bar. And I've seen this. Because they can't be bothered to wait. Or sometimes it's busy at the bar, you know. If you don't like it, no need to do that. Just go somewhere else. The group was supposedly treated the cowshed staff like personal servants. It wrote, "Clicking your fingers, shouting and swearing and barking your orders at staff to the point one was almost in tears and refused to deal with you anymore." But it didn't stop there. The group also refused to abide by social distancing rules. Then, for your party's grand finale, the gentleman in the blue shirt headed into our bar from outside and decided to vomit everywhere but the toilet. Our staff stepped in to help, but you demanded to deal with the situation and rather than clean up the mess, proceeded to smear it over an even wider area with our mop, while once again being loud, rude, sticking your hand in our staff's faces and shouting over anyone who was trying to communicate with you or help. Don't worry, the staff member that you nearly had in tears cleared it up for you. So now consider this your official barring. Don't you or your group ever set foot through our doors again. The interaction went viral on Facebook for the restaurant's no-nonsense reply. Wonderful. And that's what you need to do. Don't believe. I mean, if you go on a restaurant site and there's like 200 bad comments, I wouldn't go there. But one now and again, don't always believe what you read, because some of them are just downright lying. They're so blooming self-entitled. You know, they're not your personal servants. They are there, of course, to serve you, but they are not personal service. Disgusting. Disgusting. Fran Green can't believe people get paid to make up reviews. Yeah, some of them do, Fran. There you go, Rich. No one should ever snap their fingers. Absolutely. I don't know where the story came out of the paper that I mentioned. I've closed it now. I think it was a Daily Mirror, that one. So you can have a look there, okay. Paul and Lou, good morning to you. They were brilliant, probably all on their mobiles as soon as they got there. Yes. Rich Gilly reckons online reviews are all rubbish. Yep. Ah, they do have nuclear power in Canada. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. John Aiken, Harry Styles is #1 in America, just now with watermelon sugar. He is bisexual, is he? So he likes both. Also, I'm in with a chance then, John, am I? With Harry Styles. Do you think he likes old queers? Perhaps he wants a daddy. Rich is, you're absolutely right, Rich. The customer is not always right. A great reply, that. And show they should as well. Mark, I used to click back and shout, "Olé!" Olé! I like it. Snapping fingers is only for 66 at bingo. 6 and 6 is 66. Clickety click. There's another one. These so-called YouTube stars. Now, when I say YouTube stars, I don't necessarily mean proper stars who have got, like, who are stars. There are some stars on YouTube, and there are some people on there who think they're stars. Again, self-entitled people who think they deserve anything. Again, in the Daily Mirror today, a model who asked a photographer for a free shot has been slammed online due to her long list of demands. This is a YouTuber. The woman who approached the photographer on social media started a conversation by complimenting their images and asking whether they'd consider collaborating. But when the photographer replied with the prices, 9 edited images at $175, which is about 132 quid, the woman was stunned. She replied, "Oh really? I was mostly looking for something that I wouldn't have to pay for, which is why I said collab. I currently don't have funds and would appreciate if we could just work something out and both be happy." It thinks she's entitled to free pictures. Instead of shutting the woman down there and then, the photographer saw something genuine in her and came up with a solution that would help both of them. They explained that they had a camera that they hadn't used before, so this would be an ideal opportunity to test it out. That kind of makes sense, doesn't it? You know, perhaps I've got something I was trying out, which I've done it with you, haven't I? Yeah, we had the new bingo program that has just been wonderful, isn't it? The new bingo program that we have in comparison to the older one, which was good, but it was kind of failing. And we tested that out together, didn't we, you and me, on our morning show in preparation for the big one on Sunday. We do bingo every Sunday night, boys and girls. If you want to join us for Bingo Sunday, all you've got to do is send me an email there. Please add me for the Bingo Sunday, and you'll be in. Starts at 8 o'clock on Sunday night, 8 till around about 9:30. We play 6 games of bingo. There are some little prizes. Games 3, 4. Games 4, 5 and 6. And the first 3 prizes are more raffle tickets to allow you to win one of these on Monday mornings. Sorry the prizes aren't better than that, but it's not like we've got like thousands of people money coming in like that makeup boy we told you about earlier with his, was it £7 million mansion. If we got to that stage, believe me, I'd be giving away really good prizes. But there you go. That's just how it is. They explained the camera they hadn't been used before, so it would be an ideal opportunity to test it out. That sounds fair enough to me. The photographer wrote, "I got this camera from my grandfather that's been sitting here for a while, and I think it's going to be a great opportunity for me to test it out, and maybe we could trade as you mentioned." She says, He says, I also have this really cool backdrop that I wanted to use. Nothing can be cooler than my backdrops. There's some more being ordered, incidentally. Not to replace that one, for the one up at the Lincolnshire Television Studio Complex. She says, so the bloke says, so let's say we do a TFP shoot. What the hell's that? TFP. I don't know what that is. So let's say we do a TFP shoot where I try my new backdrop, a new camera on you, probably an all-white outfit would work. For that I have in mind. Can be a dress, a wedding gown or anything, just white. So he knows what he's talking about. He's a photographer. Photographers, again, this is a talent. Photography is a talent. You can go and buy the most expensive camera you could possibly and be crap at it. You need the eye. You need to be able to look at something and, yeah, that looks really good. And you would, if you went to have like a, what do they call it, a photo shoot or something like that, you would ask that photographer, what do you suggest that I wear? And he or she would be able to tell you. It goes on, can be a dress, a wedding gown or anything just white. We do 1 or 2 additional looks where you get to pick whatever image style that you want free of charge. How does that sound? All right? She replied, she wasn't convinced. She offered another deal, one where she paid half of what the photographer would usually pay for a model. She also said since a white outfit was required, she would need to send over the price of one when she found it so that they could sort out the payment. The photographer was quick to set the record straight, explaining they wouldn't be provided her any funds as she was the one who actually needed the pictures. It's just unbelievable, isn't it? Self-entitled brats. The world is full of them. They suggested she send over the measurements if she didn't have anything white to wear and they'd try and get hold of an outfit from a stylist. But after recommending a local makeup artist that charged $45, which is 34 quid, the conversation got even more heated. She replied, wow, you seem to be very demanding for what you call a trade. Well, she went to him. I have to pay for my makeup too. Is this a modern type of slave labour? She continued, you could just do the shoot for free and I can bring all 3 looks of my choice. He replied, she carries on, I don't have too many outfits, so having your stylist friend would really be appreciated. As for makeup, how about you choose the makeup that you want for me, not too much of course, and you get to pay the makeup artist since you're going to pick the one that I have. I don't know what planet some of these people are on. Let's just leave it there. That's in the Daily Mirror if you want to read any more of that. But what sort of planet are these people on? I don't get it. I don't understand it. Rich says beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It certainly is. TFP is trade for print. Is that what that is? No, it's not a joke. That's true. It's a story in the Daily Mirror today. Daniel Woodhouse, mum's in the house today. Good morning, Daniel Woodhouse. Mrs. Woodhouse, am I guessing? It might be a different name if you got remarried or something. Good morning, Mrs. Woodhouse. I'm just going to guess. Morning, Mrs. Woodhouse. Morning, Christopher Williams. What? I recommend The Midnight Library as a good book to read. What's that got to do with anything we're talking about? Where's that come from, Chris? Is that something about one of the stories we've been talking about? Maybe I got that wrong. Is it? Something like that? Is she a YouTube influencer? Probably, Fran. Oh, it's full of them, dear. They're so self-important, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Not like us ordinary people just sitting here having a laugh. What else have we got here? Woman told to burn the house down. This has got to be Australia, surely. Yes, I thought so. Here, Michael Pullman. One from your home country. Well, your home. What do you call them? Do you call them states or counties, areas? Sydney, New South Wales, Queensland, Western something or other. Do you call them states there? Or counties in Australia? Michael? Daily Mirror, finding a couple of spiders in our home is enough for most of us to want to burn the whole thing to the ground. Spiders. Evil. If a daddy longlegs sends you running, then you can always take comfort in the fact that in Australia, their unwanted house guests are on a whole new level. Come on, let's be honest. The worst we see is usually a large house spider with long legs running across the floor. My nephew had one the other day in their house. He said it was so big, even the cat jumped out of the way. That's how big it was. But they're harmless. Not in Australia, mate. Their house guests there, as it says, are on a whole different level. Sophie Pearson, who lives on a farm in Queensland, which is up north, shared a Facebook post showing her terrifying find after noticing her toilet had become difficult to flush. She says, I went to the toilet and then I went to flush it, and I really had to push down on the button to get it to work. So I was a bit confused, she told 7 News Australia. So I figured I'd just pull the top off and check what the issue was. Looking into the system, she quickly found the problem. 4 tree snakes measuring up to 1 metre in length in her toilet cistern. She said, I sort of looked at them for a second and I thought, that's not right. Sophie took out her phone to film the snakes before calling a friend to come round and wrangle them out of the toilet for her because she was not touching them. The 25-year-old believes they got into her house through the cracks in the floorboards, but they were quickly removed and released unharmed into nearby fields. So there you go. Next time you try that toilet, if it's a bit difficult to flush, you know what? It could be snakes in your toilet system. Or my sister's used it and blocked it up again. Oh, my sister proudly informed me that she used my toilet in the caravan the other day. Very disappointing. Western Australia, South Australia, Queensland, New South Wales and Tasmania are states. And Northern Territory is a territory. That's very confusing for us, Michael, because we don't kind of sort of have those sort of things. So you call them states, do you? Okay. Okay. Staycationers, please don't go to Cornwall. In the Sun this morning, tourism chiefs have warned staycationers that Cornwall is full. After traffic yesterday ground to a halt and the county was hit with flash floods. If you think you're going away for this bank holiday, they're asking you, please do not go to Cornwall. Why on earth do you want to sit in a car for hours going to a place that is going to be very, very difficult to park? I do not understand. You know where people go. I don't get it. These people that jump in their cars and sit in the at this time, not the early ones, because they wouldn't have known. But there'd be people leaving their house now to go down to Cornwall, knowing that it might be a little bit difficult to park. No, it will be very difficult to park. It says visitors without a confirmed booking have been urged to keep away for the August bank holiday as roads were hit by major delays. This is yesterday. Heavy downpours have left roads flooded with a fortnight's rain set to fall in just 3 hours. Officials at the Plymouth City Council in Devon described the rain as biblical, as around 3 foot of water flooded some areas, leaving main roads underwater. Actually, when Martin was around my caravan, Martin and Shaun were around my caravan yesterday, they said there was that much water around the back of the caravan. But don't worry, our caravans float, I'm sure. I'll be floating down by the riverside, floating down the river with them, I'll be. So please don't go to Cornwall. It's not looking good. They got a yellow storm warning remaining in place much of southern England and South Wales. Gosh, it just keeps coming down, doesn't it? How much for a new phone? The Sun. Samsung. Always remember to listen to the stories. They might come up in the quiz on Tuesday night. Tuesday night, quiz night, 8 o'clock Tuesday night is our quiz. Samsung have revealed the price of its new Galaxy Z Fold 2 smartphone, and it might be more expensive than you were expecting. So we all know the price of the iPhones. Ridiculous prices. Those new iPhones. Over £1,000, wasn't it £1,000 last time? I always thought iPhones would be the most expensive. Not this time. The UK pre-order page has listed the new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2 starting at £1,799. Of course, it's not just a phone. This is a very capable computer you're holding in your hand. But what do you do with it? Go on the internet a bit, watch a couple of YouTube videos. I think that's what most people do. Perhaps if you're a business person, you might use it to, I don't know, create other things, this, that and the other. But basically, you and me use it to take a few pictures, don't we? Probably take a couple of videos, go on the internet and take phone calls. That's it. What else do you use it? Oh, well, okay, so I've got my Waze app on there, you know, I'm driving around. The website apparently has now been changed so that no price is shown. Gosh. You can get Mystic Black or Mystic Bronze. But the original Galaxy Fold, the one with all those screen issues, was priced at £1,900. A lower price for the new version may be due to the lower storage value. Gosh. And it goes on about the specifications, but like starts at £1,800. It's the new flip phone. It flips. I don't know what that means. And just open it like that or something. I think the first, when the first phones that we had, like first smartphones, weren't they all flip ones, weren't they? Remember first, I had this phone from 3. They were absolutely useless. You used to open them like that. They were like a clamshell, actually. You open them like, you bought 2. They give you 2. And the reason is, you could do video calls, except it didn't really work. We only had 3G at the time, and I got it from 3. You open this thing, and it had a keyboard at the bottom. And you'd try and do a video call, and my mate had one, and I had one, and I think it worked twice. In all that, it just didn't work. It's so good now, isn't it? When you think, you know, you just pick up your phone and call a relative on the other side of the world, and bang, you're just talking to them like they're standing in your room. Isn't it clever? Daniel Woodhouse is off now. Cheerio, cheerio. Bye-bye, Daniel. Bye to your mum as well. If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why? Oh, I don't know, really, Rich. To make sure everyone had something to eat, I think, really. Yeah. Make sure everyone in the world had something to eat. Okay. Mike Reese, sponders will be abundant in garden soon. Yeah, we did that yesterday. Do you know, it's very, very late now. I'm going to have to dump the other 4 stories, I think. We haven't got time to do them. What have we got there? What's that one? That one there. I'll do them quickly. Daily Mail. We might have a new news service on the telly. That'd be good. Shake it up a bit, wouldn't it? The race is on to bring a US-style TV news service to Britain, with 2 groups plotting to rival the BBC and Sky. It's extremely expensive to run a news service. Sky, I believe, do not make a huge loss running their news service. It really is expensive to run a news service, especially a 24-hour one on the telly. ITV didn't even survive it, did they? They went for a few months and then closed it down. Do you remember that? The ITV News Channel? Let's see how long that lasted. ITV News Channel. It's a few years ago now, isn't it? Where are we? Channel ITV News Channel? Is that it? Well, we might have to go on the Wikipedia for that one. ITV News Channel, here we go. ITV News Channel was a 24-hour television news channel in the United Kingdom which broadcast from the 1st of August 2000 to the 23rd of December 2005. Oh, I thought it was shorter than that. So it managed 5 years. But I think it just cost them too much. They had a relaunch. Let's see does it say what happened? Closure. It closed on the 15th of December 2005. The channel would close... Closure, does it say? It doesn't really say there. 5 years, though, and that was that. They didn't manage to survive, did they? Really? Anyway, they want to bring people want to bring a new news channel. It says both the planned services, set to be dominated by strong and well-known personality presenters, are expected to shake up the market and challenge the BBC, which is increasingly regarded as left of centre and dominated by woke politics. I absolutely agree with that comment. Absolutely agree with it. Don't you think so? Woke politics and left of centre. That BBC News now. Absolutely. It says, and of course the Sky one is a bit. I just don't enjoy really watching the Sky News really, and the ITV is just a small. It's nothing like it was it? ITN. Do you remember the News at 10? ITN was great, wasn't it? Not anymore. It says, in a sign of how serious the plans are, one of the businesses has been in talks with the BBC's most respected political interviewer, and I haven't had my pills, have I? Andrew Neil. Wait a minute. Where's my pills? Andrew Neil, who has still not resolved his future at the corporation. While it's unclear exactly where the new services will pitch themselves on a political spectrum, it's thought they are certain to be to the right of the BBC. So that would be good, wouldn't it? Eh? I think it would be excellent to have another news channel on there. As I say, I'm not really enjoying the news on the BBC. I think it's very left-wing on there. Very left-wing and woke. The Sky one, it's all right, but not all that. Russia Today, well, no. What's it called? Abazar. Oh, I can't even say the word. The Arabian one, no, not for me. So we could do with another news one coming in now, I think. Morning to George Bond today. Hello to George. Paul and Lou, some competition for Sky News, and the dreary Kay Burley. Well, she weren't on there the other day. No, it was the softly spoken bloke with the glasses. He's a bit smarmy, but he's all right. Yeah, he's all right. I like him. He's all right. He was doing it the other morning. Waitrose. How about this? You want your shopping in half an hour? Wow. Waitrose in the Daily Mail will offer half-hour deliveries to more than 500,000 customers after signing a deal with Deliveroo. The supermarket chain said customers could expect items delivered to their home within as little as half an hour. Gosh. If they live in one of the areas covered by the trial, which is starting on Tuesday. More than 500 products will be available to be picked up with the takeaway company's drivers and delivered to doors for the 12-week trial period, which would be extended if the trial is successful. It already offers home delivery through its website and 2-hour home delivery itself, but the new deal would add to the supermarket's ability to deliver straight to customers, which is handy if you're making something and you've run out of pepper or chilies or garlic or milk and you can't get out because you're halfway doing it. Pick up the phone. Yeah, Deliveroo. Of course, you'll pay for it. I very much doubt that pint of milk is going to cost you £1. Probably more like £2 or £3. Depends on what you order, doesn't it, really? What a great idea. Waitrose Executive Director James Bailey said, we've laid down a marker for our future strategy with the growth of Waitrose.com. Well, good luck with that. Doesn't say the areas. It's got to be London, isn't it? Somewhere like that. Oh, here we are. Oh, Bracknell. Bracknell. The trial will be available from September the 1st at Waitrose shops in Bracknell, where this programme is coming to you live tonight, this morning. Bracknell, which is where I am, and in Clifton, and from September the 3rd in Surbiton. Oh, posh there, darling. You can only dream of living somewhere like Surbiton. Surbiton, Fitzroy Street in Cambridge and Notting Hill. So there you go. Half an hour deliveries. That's not bad, is it, eh? Half an hour deliveries. George says his email's playing up. Well, I don't know why that is. Prince Harry impressioner. He can't get any work. Daily Star this morning. A British mechanic who used to make a whopping £2,500 a week, that's £2,500 a week, pretending to be the Duke of Sussex, has been left out of pocket since Prince Harry left for his new life in Los Angeles. No one wants to book him anymore. Oh dear. He used to earn £2,500 a week pretending to be the Queen's grandson, but it also all changed. A disappointing Henry says he's failed to secure a single booking, all because Harry and Meghan, 39, up sticks to North America. He used to bag up to £1,500 per appearance to pretend he was the prince around the time of the royal couple's wedding in 2018. He even became dubbed Prince Harry of the North after years of guest appearances at nightclubs and parties. Is that him? There's a picture of him as well. He's obviously with someone impersonating. Is that the word? Impersonating Meghan. Is it Meghan? Meghan. Meghan. I can never get the name right. Here you go. There he is. That's not Prince Harry. That's the bloke who takes him off, sort of thing. It looks straight like him, doesn't it, eh? Wonder if they got the same father, really. It says, since Harry and Meghan dramatically quit the royal family earlier this year, the mechanic says interest in Harry lookalikes has plummeted as the public think the pair have abandoned the country. Well, haven't they? So he's a garage owner. He got used to being told by revellers on night that his Harry's mirror image over a decade is praying the Duke patches up his public image in Britain, or his career as a lookalike may be gone for good. Oh well, unlucky, mate. That is a shame, isn't it? Do you know what? I've just accidentally closed down the other two stories I had here. So that's all right, because we're running very short on time now, my loves. Righty-ho, gang. Rich is not from the UK, so he doesn't know the nice neighbourhood. I'm sure you're in a nice neighbourhood, Rich. Over there in Canada, aren't you? Alrighty, gang. Let's do some raffle tickets for you, shall we? On Monday mornings, we always have a raffle. Okay? That is the prize for the raffle. One of our fridge magnets. Don't matter where you are in the world. You can have a... Oh, pain in my head then. Pain just shot through my head there. Do you ever get that? Little, you know, you can be doing... Whoa, what was that? Or anywhere else on your body, your arm, your leg, or anywhere. Bum. Yes, we do a raffle. That's the prize there. You are entitled to a raffle ticket. You can have one now. You can only have one. Please only ask once. If you'd like a raffle ticket, please say raffle ticket, please, in the chat box, and I'll give you a raffle ticket. If you say anything else, I'll just jump over it because it'll be like irrelevant, if you see what I mean. All right? So just say ticket, please, or something like that. And here we go. 805 is for Maureen. Fran Green, 806. Thank you, Daniel. I'll just do that in a moment, if I may, Daniel. Where did we get to? Fran Green, 806. Tony King, 807. Michael Pullman, 808. John Aiken, 809. Diane Jebb, 810. Mark Bowles, 811. Gary Davidson, 812. Jason Hughes, 813. Peter Wright, 814. Denise Andrews, 815. Make sure you write the numbers of these down, okay? Because when we do the draw on Monday, it's up to you to claim, and I only read out the numbers, not the names, okay? So it's up to you to claim, okay? Paul and Lou. I'm not saying it, Paul and Lou. I'm not saying it. Losers! Paul and Lou, 816 for Paul and Lou. Thank you very much to Daniel Holmes for his £5 super chat there. Which means, as well as your raffle ticket, 817. Daniel, write that one down, darling, all right? Daniel Holmes. I'll also give you 5 free raffle tickets for the Thursday raffle, which is only for Super Chat people. That's the prize this week, okay? So I'm going to give you 5 free raffle tickets for that as well, okay? You won't need to write these numbers down because when we do the Super Chat raffle, I do read the names out as well, all right? Just a reminder again, you don't need to be with us for any of the raffles live, okay? If you can't be with us live, that's okay. This goes back up as a recording as soon as it's finished. Just go back over the recording and see if you've won or not, okay, to claim your prize. So, Daniel Holmes, thank you, Daniel. You've won a few bits and pieces, haven't you, Daniel? In our regular raffles and bingo games and things like that. What's the time? There you go, Daniel. There's your tickets. 5 tickets for you there. As a thank you for your £5 super chat this morning. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they go in this one in here. Here they are. In there. Ding. There you go. All right. Thanks, Daniel. Gavin Bass. Morning, Gavin. Gavin's head of Twitter on here. Gavin Bass, 818 for Gavin Bass. Yeah, lovely Joe, 819. Rich, 820. Thank you, Rich. Daniel Holmes, you got yours, didn't you, Daniel? Where is it now? There it is. 817, your ticket there, Daniel. Thank you. Shania, morning, Shania. 821 for Shania. She's on the Isle of Wight. There's our Ross. Morning, Ross. Ross Herndon, 822. Gary, 2 tickets, Ross, 823. Is that everyone there? Okay, looks like I've done all the raffle tickets. Oh, thank you. Maureen just texted in there. The Voice Kids final is at 7:20 tonight with will.i.am. Very talented, the children. That's on ITV if you want to watch that. Okay. Yes, I haven't watched the children's. Actually, I don't really watch much talent televisions at all at the moment. I'm into dramas. I'm watching a lot on Netflix at the moment. You know what I'm watching on there? Biohazard. Was it Bio? No. Bio. Oh, God blimey. What is it now? Hang on, what's that thing I'm watching? Bio. Oh, where's Netflix? It's on my. It'll be on my phone as well, wouldn't it? As on my telly. The history thing. I can't see the words. Where's this thing now? Here we are. Biohackers. I'm watching Biohackers. Greenleaf, which is like Dallas in a church. The Fall, which is just excellent. And Rain. The Rain. 4 things I'm watching on the telly on Netflix at the moment. It's great. Really great. Done that one there. Right. Good. We've done Gary Ross and that's it. Right. Okay, boys and girls. Let's do today's birthdays. Happy birthday on this Saturday, the 29th of August 2020. We've only got 5 today. To Phil Starbar. Morning, Phil. He was a regular customer in the Black Cat. I haven't sort of heard from him from ages, but happy birthday to you, Phil. Fiona Moon. Good morning, Fiona. Happy birthday to you. Shaun Lee Brett Barker. Today is 30 years old. 30 years old for Shaun. Adam Ads Frith. Today is 34. Morning, Adam. And Jerry Anderson. Hello, Jerry. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all 5 of you on this Saturday morning. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. It's got a little message from George Bond. Can I have a raffle ticket? Of course you can, John. George Bond. 824 for George Bond, okay? 824 is George Bond's ticket. Oh, Peter's getting his hair cut this morning. Cut by a space boy. Has he got all the mask on and everything? Space boy. Excellent, Peter. Okie doke, boys and girls. All right, that's the main part of the show done. It's time now for our daily game of bingo. Those of you that are on the system, those of you that wanted to be on the system, there we are. Let's bring up the bingo card. There it is there. Hang on, that's the wrong thing there. There it is. Okay, those of you on the system will have received a bingo ticket this morning. If you're not on the system and you want to be on it, then just let me know. You know the email address, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. This morning we're playing the card that says at the top, virtual card for Saturday, the 29th of August 2020. And the prize, as always doing a little weekly game of bingos, is another raffle ticket. Another opportunity to win one of our fridge magnets. And I have to say, there's not many left. I don't think we're going to get through the year. I know I've got one or two up at the Lincolnshire Television Studio Complex. We might get through October. I think these are going to run out, at which point they will change to something different, okay? But here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 7 here. And there might be 1 or 2 up at the caravan, which is only enough to get us through another 2 months. So that's just how it is. All right? Okie doke. As always, gang, we are... See you, Mike Reese. Bye now. Bye, Fran. Yes, as always, we only play for a full house. You need to mark off all the bingo tickets, all the bingo numbers on your bingo ticket. As soon as you've done that, shout bingo in the chat box or text it on the number up there, top left-hand corner, 07551 259 675. When I see someone has won, I stop the game and I give you 1.5 minutes to claim. If, for whatever reason at all, your claim doesn't get to me and we've moved on to the next number, then you've missed it. Doesn't matter what the reason is. Your internet broke down. There's a delay in the system. Your pet cat suddenly died, so you had to give it artificial resuscitation. Doesn't matter. If we've moved on to the next number, you've missed it. Okay? Alrighty. Eyes down, boys and girls. Here comes your first number for this morning's bingo. 7 and 5, 75. Buh, buh. All on its own, number 5. Ah, you notice people leaving. Yeah, that's why we do the bingo at the end. Because not everyone wants to play the bingo. A lot of people don't want it. They don't want it. That's why the bingo is right at the very end of the show. So we can do everything. Everyone can join in. And then right at the end, we do the bingo. And then that's why people disappear, okay? It's a full house only, Mark. Stop it now, dear. 6-0, blind 60. Gosh, look at the time. All on its own, number 9. Buh, buh. 6 and 8, 68. All on its own, number 4. 6 and 1, 61. 1 and 8, 18. 2 and 6, 26. 5 and 2, 52. 5 and 8, 58. Unlucky for some, 1 and 3, 13. Buh, buh. 6 and 3, 63. 8 and 1, 81. 7 and 9, 79. 2 and 8, 28. 5 and 7, 57. 7 and 3, 73. Blah, blah. 7 and 2, 72. 4 and 2, 42. Thanks so much for your likes this morning, incidentally, gang. Thank you for those. 1 and 9, no, 19. 19, no, 19. 19, no, 19. 1 and 4, 14. 8 and 5, 85. 5 and 4, 54. 7 and 1, 71. 5 and 6, 56. 4 and 3, 43. 8 and 9, 89. 1 and 6, sweet 16. 2 fat morbidly obese Chris's, 88. All on its own, number 3. 7 and 8, 78. 1 and 7, 17. 3-0, blind 30. 5 and 1, 51. 4 and 7, 47. Boris's Den, number 10. All on its own, little number 2. Quack. All the 5s, 55. 5 and 9, the Brighton line. Woo, woo. Do you know that echoed right around the room then? Woo, woo. Wasn't that weird? 4 and 1, 41. 8 and 4, 84. Top of the shop, blind 90. 8-0, blind 80. Denise. 4-0, blind 40. Now, I'm not being funny, Peter. You keep going on about it being too fast, but you seem to have enough time to type messages in the chat box. So it's obviously you. If you spent more time crossing off the blooming numbers than you did chatting in the chat box, you might find that you've got enough time to keep up with the rest of us, dear. Because I've got a little girl playing this. She's 8 years old. Great niece Evie is sitting at home playing this. She keeps up. It's you, innit? It's because you keep typing in the chat box. Pay full attention to the show, please. 5 and 3, 53. If you've got time to chat in the chat box, then that's why. Oh, Denise, help me, Denise. Oh. All on its own, little number 7. You never get any of the numbers. Well, I don't know why you're bothering to play. You must be joking. You're at the top of the list at the moment, actually, Peter, and I don't normally mention that. You are actually ahead of everyone else. So pay attention and shut up. 6 and 2, 62. Or 7 and 6, 76. Unbelievable. 6 and 4, 64. What colour's the ink? Shut up, Mark. 2 and 4, 24. That was Yvonne Lemon the other week, wasn't it? She won a pen and she kept saying, what colour's the ink? How is that even relevant? I don't get it. What colour's the ink? Where is she this morning, Yvonne Lemon? She's probably having another test done somewhere. 3 and 6, 36. 3 and 2, 32. 4 and 5, 45. I can't see you, Paul and Lou, which does mean you're quite far down. All the 4s, 44. 6 and 5, 65. 1 and 2, 12. Oh, Peter, you've gone down a couple, I'm afraid. All on its own, one click, number 6. 2 and 7, 27. All the ones, legs 11. 4 and 6, 46. 6 and 7, 67. All on its own, little number 1. Blimey, Nearly done 2.5 hours today, haven't we? This is a long show. 2 and 9, 29. 4 and 8, 48. 7 and 4, 74. Ooh, 8 and 7, 87. All the threes, 33. We have a winner on 33, boys and girls. 1 minute and 30 seconds to claim. Let's see if they're going to claim. Do you know what a lot of fun we've had this morning? Am I right? We have had fun this morning, haven't we? Got to get ready for my afternoon out with my friend. Looking forward to that today. I don't know if I've got enough time for my walk today, actually. There you go. Martin Butler's calling bingo. Thank you, Martin. It's my brother-in-law. He's won. Shut up, Adam. What time are you getting in the car, Adam? Oh, you check the traffic, mate. Here come the winning numbers for Martin Butler's win this morning. 1, 12, 18, 27, 28, 30. Last number 33, 40, 44. Get your link ready again, Martin. 40, 44, 52, 60, 65, 79, 80 and 87. Congratulations this morning to brother-in-law. It's a fix. Well done. Let me give you an extra raffle ticket. Number 825. There we go. 825. Okay, there you go. 825 there. Oh, hang on. Where's it? I can't see the screen. Hang on, let me just delete that game now. I like to delete the game as soon as it's done. Keeps everything in order. Do you know what I mean? There you go, Martin. 825 at the bottom there. Okay, 825. Write down the numbers there. And they'll all be going into the pot very shortly. Well done, sir. Once again, gang, that is actually my brother-in-law who's won this morning. He has got a video out which shows you around our Lincolnshire television studio complex. It's quite interesting. Even I was interested in it. And it's about me. Funny that, isn't it, really? Why do I be interested in something that's about me? But there we go. And it also shows you the damage at the part of the caravan floor. And I think they've discovered, I'm sure they have, they've discovered where the water is coming in. I won't tell you that. You need to watch the video to find that out, okay? And, no, you don't get the fridge magnet, dear. You got that goes in for a raffle. That wasn't for a fridge magnet. You've got to go in for a raffle now. I see I'm going to have to start hiding stuff at my caravan. I shall have to keep the things locked in my car in future and transported across the country every week or whatever. Have you got the link for the video, please? Yep, it'll show you where I won't tell you where it's coming in. You've got to watch the video. It's very interesting. It's really interesting. And what I will say to you also is it takes you underneath the caravan. And I tell you what, I'll be honest with you, Martin. When I saw you was under there and you said, all right, Gary, step down there. When I saw how far down that wood was going, and I thought, oh my God, it's worse than I thought it was. It does dip quite a lot, doesn't it? How long do you think it would be before someone fell through that? Obviously not at the moment. It's still quite, it's still like, it's not like ripping at all, is it? It's still kind of just spongy. But how long before that actually rotted through? Or doesn't it? Or would it just remain like that for a long time? Just as a matter of interest, would you know? There's the link there, boys and girls. Do have a look at that when I've finished and you'll enjoy that. Okay, there you go. Gary's posted the link there. Excellent. Excellent. Do you like that? Look, he's out and about, but he's find time to pull over and play my bingo. That's what you call I was going to say talent. That's what you call dedicated. Dedicated. How much is a used caravan, says Peter. You can probably pick one up for about, you can get them free. Peter, you can get them free. And then going up from that. A free one would need a lot of work doing to it. It probably won't have central heating. You'd need a lot of work. There are people literally that give away old caravans for free. The difficulty you have is finding somewhere to put it. A lot of the caravan sites will not take an old caravan on. Ours will, fortunately enough. Ours will. And we don't have a limit to the age of the caravans on our site. Again, if you're thinking about doing this, Peter, I would be looking at spending no less than about £5,000. For that, you should get something that's waterproof. You might even get central heating with that. Depends where it is in the country. Really depends where it is in the country, what sort of site it's on and that. But it's not just that. You've got to look at your ground. What's your ground rent going to be annually? You know, how much are they going to charge you for bottles of gas? How much is their electricity charge on there? All sorts of stuff to look into if you want to do something like that. You must be very, very careful. Very, very careful. Okay. Jason, a few more packs of crisps and you would fall through the floor. How rude. Rude. Hello to Weird City. Didn't even see you there. Weird City Citizen is in the house. So that's the answer to that. Let's have a look. Me and Royston are going to look around town. What now? Where are you now then? Are you here now? Surely not. Where are you, Adam? We have left already. Oh, okay. You're in the car already. Excellent. Excellent. Gary wants to know if Martin's doing any more live chat shows. No, he's not. I think he just decided it wasn't for him. You know, we all enjoyed it. You know, I'd well over 100 people watching his live shows, but he decided it wasn't something that he wanted to do anymore. So maybe, but never say never. Just like James Bond said, didn't he? Never say never again. Weird City was lurking quietly. I was very good at lurking once. I used to go lurking. Martin's brother, David, always said, where are you going today, Chris? I said, I'm going lurking today. Lurking. Lurking around. Thank you very much for joining us on our little show this morning, boys and girls. Will be another chat show just like this one on Monday morning at around about 8:45 in the morning. Okay, our next show on this channel is the bingo show. That is tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Okay, if you've not registered for the bingo and you want to play, just send me an email to that address there and I'll happily add you to the system. You must do it before the end of tonight because once the tickets start going out... what's today? It's Saturday, isn't it? Yes, you must do that before the end of tonight because the tickets start going out. It is Saturday today, isn't it? I don't even know what blooming day it is. 29? Yeah, it is. Get it in before the end of the day because once the tickets start going out, that's it. We can't add anyone to the system. All right, so if you want to join us, send us an email quickly to there and I'll put you on the system and you can play along with the rest of us tomorrow night. We play 6 games and it starts at 8 o'clock. Have a lovely day, boys and girls, and I'll see you again tomorrow night at 8 o'clock for our big bingo show. I'm looking forward to my afternoon tea now for Adam the Plumber's birthday. United Kingdom Talk television cameras will be there to cover the event in full, as well as a little look around the Coworth Park in Ascot where we're going. See you soon. Thanks for watching and listening. Cheerio now.